Good evening and welcome to beautiful Ray Skillman Stadium for tonight's Metropolitan Interscholastic Conference football game between number 4 Center Grove and number 12 Warren Central. Hello everyone, I'm Kevin Conrad along with Ted Kitchell. Ted, tonight a lot on the line for the Center Grove Trojans. It's not only senior night, the final game for 24 seniors here in front of the home crowd, but also a chance for the Trojans to still compete for a conference championship.
Yeah, well, the conference championship obviously is something that's very important. I think most importantly, you'd like to finish your season off with a win, and a big win off over a very prestigious program in Warren Central, a team that's had a tremendous amount of success, won a lot of state championships, and also it would give you some momentum as you get ready to start sectional play next week. So there's a lot of important things here. Obviously, you'd like to play well, you'd like to get out of here without any injuries, and most importantly, you'd like to get a victory.
Ted, for the Warren Central Warriors, they're 4-4 on the season. That's very misleading. And their 4 losses, a combined total 17 points. Coach Moore said it best. This Warren team can still win a state championship.
Yeah, I think that when you look at Warren Central, you need to understand that they're very dangerous. Very dangerous team. They're a team made up of people that are used to watching this program succeed and win state championships and be successful. So I would be very they wouldn't be somebody I would be wanting to play in the playoffs. As you mentioned, they lost to Carmel by 3, number 1 in the state. They lost to Ben Davis by 3. They lost to Cathedral by 7, and they lost to a very good Terre Haute North team by 4. So they're an extremely good team. At any one time, they could really pull things together. The one thing they've struggled with this year is putting points on the board. They're only averaging about 14 points a game, but they're capable of scoring 40 at any time.
Again, tonight, number 4 Center Grove hosting number 12 Warren Central for a Metropolitan Interscholastic Conference game to wrap up the 2012 regular season. Coming up next, I will sit down and speak with the head coach of the Trojans, Eric Moore. This is Center Grove Trojan football.
Whether you are looking for a low-maintenance community in a luxurious wooded setting such as Sycamore Ridge, the breathtaking views and rolling landscapes of Kensington Grove, the gently rolling hills and convenience of Calvert Farms, the intimate luxury setting of Claiborne, site of the 2006 Homeorama, or the private gated communities of Persimmon Woods or Whitetail Woods, Duke Homes has a community to fit your needs. For information about all that Duke Homes and Duke Communities have to offer, visit DukeHomes.com.
Go south and save during Truck Month at Ray Skillman Southside Buick GMC Truck. Get discounts and rebates up to $13,000 on new Sierra truck. Or drive a new Sierra Z71 4x4 with PowerTech package for only $199 a month. Drive a new Terrain as low as $249 a month. Or a new Acadia, only $249 a month. Or get 0% financing up to 72 months. With over 600 new GMC trucks available, it's time to go pro at Ray Skillman Southside Buick GMC Truck.
Welcome back to Center Grove football. I'm Kevin Conrad, now joined by the head coach of the Trojans, Eric Moore. Coach, season finale tonight, regular season. Boy, it's just been a banner season for the Center Grove Trojans.
Yeah, right now we're standing at 7-1. You know, have a chance to be 8-1 or 7-2. Season doesn't end. Obviously, we have a next week in the sectional here, but senior night tonight, last regular season game, and we're looking for a huge crowd. And let's hope we can come out and play like we've been prepared to play this week, and have a really fun, healthy, safe game, and really get after Warren. And you know, we owe them a big win tonight, so we owe them a big butt kicking, and I'm hoping we can distribute that.
Well, Coach, one thing we do have is pretty nice weather tonight.
Yeah, I wouldn't have broke my heart if it was rainy, but I know we want to get people here at the game, so we need good weather. But we're all weather teams, so it really didn't matter. You know, our offense showed last week that we can do what we do in about any kind of conditions.
Coach, let's talk about tonight's game. Warren Central, a defense very similar to Ben Davis, fast, physical, a lot of great athletes. Just your thoughts about this Warren defense.
Probably the best defense I've seen in 2, maybe 3 years that we have to compete against. Very athletic, very relentless, great size, great speed. Really has been the mainstay, well, it has been the mainstay of their program and is the mainstay of their team this year. There's a lot of things they do very well, but defenses, they're super in. They've given up hardly any points. There's not been anyone take the ball and drive down the field on them and score. It's all been in bad situations like they've fumbled or intercepted, and they've had to come out and take over. really deep into the opponent territory to give up points. So we're hoping that maybe we can be the swing team that comes out and moves the ball up and down the field and makes it happen. But their defense is well worth the price of admission.
I will say, Coach, a couple of weeks ago you got that great win at Ben Davis. Felt like that game was maybe won right there in the trenches. You guys were just so physical with the D-line and offensive line. I think it was something comparable to tonight's game.
Well, it was. Antonio Allen was a super player, and he made a lot of plays, probably 30, where Warren Central doesn't have that one kid. Kimbrough he's the same kind of kid, I guess, but he doesn't seem to make as many plays as Antonio Allen did because he's got so much help. They're relentless on the line, their size and speed. Whereas Ben Davis, I think Antonio Allen was their defense, and they support him where everybody on Warren Central can pretty much pick up the load and carry it. But that's part of it, playing our conference. We play great defenses and we play great offenses, and that's just part of the game.
Coach, another important aspect tonight will be the special teams. You want to give your defense a good field position, so I think the punting game and the kicking game is going to be important tonight.
Yeah, the game plan is sort of strange. We're going to wait and see what this wind looks like, and if we got a wind that presses and we can kick the ball in the end zone with the wind behind us, we're going to take that, and then on those situations, we're going to kick field goals and kick off into the end zone. But for the situation where we don't think we can get the ball in the end zone to kick off, we're probably more apt to go for it or punt and try to pin them. And it's not worth it trading 3 points for 6. If you kick a field goal in a bad wind and you got to kick off, if you kick a short field goal in a bad wind and make it, and then you kick off and they catch it on the 20 and run it back to the 20, now you've traded 3 for 6, and I'm not going to do that. I'm going to make them earn their offense from the length of the field. So we're really going to use the wind, if there is any. There may not be. It's starting to settle down right now, but you never know. But if there's a wind, we'll use it to our advantage.
Coach, a final question. Again, tonight is the season finale. Of course, next week, the state tournament. That's what you play for. But just your thoughts, looking a little ahead. I know tonight you want to get Warren, but Martinsville next week.
Yeah, well, it creates a lot of problems, and it's a really weird situation type game. And the playoffs are the most important thing. But here at Center Grove, we really take a lot of pride in our home football games in our regular season, our homecoming, our first game of the year, whatever it might be, Bantam night. I don't ever overlook those things, and if they say, well, there's not going to be a champion ever crowned and the playoffs will go away, would we quit playing football? Most certainly I would not. I love the regular season. I live for the regular season as well, and I just love the fact that people come out so often and watch our team play. With that being said, we are in a sectional tournament next week, and we do take the playoffs in 3 situations: a sectional tournament, a regional tournament, and a semi-state tournament. And with that being said, we have Martinsville. We've drawn them for the first time since like 2001 or something. I can't remember last. It's been almost 10 years, I think, since we played them. It seems like, and they're having their best year they've had in probably 5 or 6 or 7 years. And we got to match that. And the problem is, will we play at a level that we've not played at in the last 3 or 4 weeks? I don't know. I tend to think that next week, when that time comes, our kids are going to want to win. They're going to want to beat Martinsville. Martinsville throws the ball as good as anybody we've played against in the last couple of years, probably. They have a very good deep threat, but they got to play defense as well, and they got to stop our running game. Our defense, I have a lot of faith in them standing up and punching guys in the face. They may throw some balls on us, but we're going to make some tackles as well, and then we're going to run the football on them. So it could be an interesting game. Should be fun for the spectators, but the bottom line is, I think the Trojans can win.
All right, Coach Moore, thanks for your time. Good luck tonight against Warren Central.
Thanks, and I hope everybody can come out to what looks like a beautiful night for senior night, and go Trojans.
Go south and save during Truck Month at Ray Skillman Southside Buick GMC Truck. Get discounts and rebates up to $13,000 on new Sierra trucks. Or drive a new Sierra Z71 4x4 with PowerTech package for only $199 a month. Drive a new Terrain as low as $249 a month. Or a new Acadia, only $249 a month. Or get 0% financing up to 72 months. With over 600 new GMC trucks available, it's time to go pro at Ray Skillman Southside Buick GMC Truck.
For just 2% of a typical school's budget, high school sports give us plenty of energy and excitement. For just 2%, they also give us young people whose leadership and commitment to excellence will pay big dividends in our community for years to come. 2%. That's one investment we can all feel good about. High school sports. Pure spirit, pure sport, pure launching pad for life.
And now a word from your friends from Floors to Go.
This is Joe Trester with Floors to Go here in Greenwood, Indiana. The store has been in business since 1976. We have a new building that has state-of-the-art products: carpet, hardwood, laminate floors, vinyl tile, sheet vinyl, ceramic tile, porcelain, bamboo.
The new Floors to Go has more room, more flooring products, and more deals per square foot.
Stay tuned for more from Floors to Go.
Tonight, the 4th-ranked Center Grove Trojans hosting the 12th-ranked Warren Central Warriors to conclude the 2012 regular season here at Ray Skillman Stadium. Kevin Conrad, Ted Kitchell with you tonight. And Ted, it's been 4 years since the Trojans last defeated Warren Central. You go back to 2008 right here at Ray Skillman Stadium. Center Grove won big that night against Warren Central, and that score that night was 56-7. Trojans would like to conclude the regular season on a good note with a good win here at home tonight against the Warriors.
Well, it's an important night. I mean, it's senior night. You see all the seniors out here getting kind of holding hands, getting ready to go out to do the coin toss. Obviously, Eric Moore and his program have been built around seniors, their leadership, getting the seniors to do the right thing, and it kind of works all the way down into the juniors, sophomores, all the way down into his Bantam program, and that's why he's had such a successful program here. But, obviously it's been a while. I mean, Warren Central has had tremendous success against Eric Moore, and not many people have. Warren Central, I think, over the last 15 years is 13-4 or something like that. So they've been very good. But obviously, if you look at some of the athletes that have come out of that program, the state championships they've been able to win when Kevin Wright was over there coaching, they've had some great players, great success, and so it's a little surprising this year that they are struggling, but they seem to be getting better with each and every week. And as I said, I think the one word that describes them is they are dangerous, and don't forget it.
Eric Moore now in his 14th year at Center Grove. 12 winning seasons under Coach Moore, a state title back in 2008, of course, state runner-up in 2000, a couple of semi-state championships, 6 regional, 6 sectional titles, and Coach Moore has won 3 MIG titles, the last one coming back in 2008. Center Grove has won 5 straight coming into tonight's ball game. 7-1 is the record overall, 5-1 in the conference. Second place tied with Ben Davis. Center Grove's biggest win of the season against the Giants a couple of weeks ago at Ben Davis, 17-14. In the 5A state polls this week, in the Associated Press poll, Center Grove number 5, number 4 in the coaches poll, and the computer rankings have Center Grove at number 4. Ted, how about the playmakers tonight for Center Grove?
For Center Grove, I think that you have to continue to look at their running game. That's who they really look to. So you're going to have Lane Morris, Logan Hudson. I think it's important to watch Hudson early. He has most success when he really looks to cut back. And tonight is a team that he's not going to be able to outrun. So he needs to really look at running the cutback. Connor Stapleton has been very, very, very good. But probably most important is Luke Calvert, their quarterback. He's got to get them in a good rhythm. As Coach Moore said, nobody has really been able to take the ball up and down the field on Warren Central. So this is a very good offense. We'll see how they do.
The interim head coach for Warren Central, Steve Tutsi. This is his 3rd year as head coach for Warren Central. 27-8 is his record. Won a state title back in 2006. Warren Central brings in a 4-4 record, 3-3 in the MIC. And we're just moments away before tonight's kickoff. Again, the Warriors have won the state championship in Class 5A 5 of the last 9 years, and here come the Center Grove Trojans. Ted, you look left and right. Great crowd here at Ray Skillman Stadium for the Center Grove Trojans against senior night. 24 seniors playing their final regular season game here in front of the home crowd.
Yeah, it's a great turnout. It's a great fall evening, great night for football. There's not too much wind. You heard Coach Moore talking about how they're going to check the wind as far as kicking the ball off and what things they might want to do. But it's just it's really a beautiful fall evening. It should be a great football game.
In the state polls this week, Warren Central, number 12 in the AP poll and coaches poll in 5A, and the computer rankings, number 5. The series between Center Grove and Warren Central since the MIC began back in 1997, Center Grove has won 4, Warren Central 11. However, Center Grove is 4-3 against Warren Central in conference games here at Ray Skillman Stadium. Center Grove in the home red uniforms. Warren Central with the white jerseys, black pants. Center Grove will kick off to begin tonight's matchup. Again, the Trojans still have a chance to share the conference title with Carmel and Ben Davis. The Trojans need some help tonight. Ben Davis needs to beat Carmel at Carmel tonight, and our Rick Embry will be monitoring the score from up at Carmel. And, of course, Center Grove has to win this ball game to have a chance for a three-way tie in the conference. Ben Wheeler, senior, will kick off for the Center Grove Trojans. He's had a splendid senior year for Center Grove.
Not hardly a breath of wind as we get ready to kick it off. The flags both lay limp, so it'll be interesting to see if Center Grove, kind of pooch kicks it, or if they try to kick it to the end zone. Without a little bit of wind aid, Wheeler seems to have just a little bit. It comes up just a little bit short, so he might look to pooch this one.
Ben Wheeler on senior night.
Well in there.
Puts it in the end zone, touchback. Trey Moore, senior, takes it in the end zone for a touchback. Well done by the senior, Ben Wheeler. Center Grove defense been very impressive this year, only allowing 14 points a ball game. Coach Ruben DeLuna, defensive coordinator, has coached these young men up very well this year. Ted, starting quarterback tonight for Warren Central, they're going with the junior, Jeff George Jr.
I've heard that name. I've heard that name somewhere. Must have been a soccer player or something. His dad. What did his dad do?
I think he won a couple of state championships for the Warriors back in '84 and '85. Of course, went on to play for the Indianapolis Colts. Completed first pass.
Yeah, Jeff was a great player, obviously a great high school player. He had a great college career, started at Purdue and then ended up at Illinois, ended up going to the NFL, and is one of the great quarterbacks to ever come out of this state. And this state has had a lot of them. But his son, obviously, a very good player, and he's a guy that likes to throw the football. When he's in the game, they look to throw the football just a little bit more. And if Warren Central did their homework, they'd probably notice that when Center Grove played Carmel, that Center Grove did a pretty good job of bottling their running game up. But as soon as Carmel went to throwing the football, Carmel started having some success.
Darius Lee with the reception, a 7-yard pickup. But we do have a penalty on the play against Warren Central, so back it up. Looks like now just 2 yards on the play, so they're being up 2nd down and 8 for Warren Central. Inside handoff coming here to the near side. Center Grove all over. The running back, Shaq Breeding, senior running back, had nowhere to go. He's wrapped up by Kelsheimer and along with McFactridge.
Yeah, and the couple times I've had a chance to watch Warren Central, I mean, a team that has been so dominant over the years has always been led by their offense. They just have been a power football team. They average about 40 points a game. They really struggle offensively to move the ball, especially on the ground.
3rd and 11. George throwing, and it's an incomplete pass. He threw it out of bounds. The Center Grove defense off to a tremendous start, forcing the Warriors to punt the ball away. And Ted, Warren Central has struggled with their special teams this year with punting and kicking.
Yeah, I think once they get their defense on the field, they feel most comfortable. But everything else on, just watching their offense right there was just no rhythm at all to their offense. I mean, they had a nice little pass, and then they got a penalty, and then there was just no rhythm at all. But their punting and kicking has never been a strength, but their defense is where they play.
Punt taken at the 50 by Kyle Buchanan, senior, to the 40, 30, and dives down to the 25-yard line. 25-yard return by the senior, Kyle Buchanan.
Well, he did an excellent job in coming up to field the football. Warren Central not able to cover the football very well and not able to cover the kick. He made a nice couple moves, and he gained an additional 30 yards. So big play for Center Grove, and they look like the momentum is on their side to start this game.
Big number 78, Evan Fonts, offensive lineman, punting the football for Warren Central. No score, 11-12 left to play here in the opening quarter between Center Grove and Warren Central. Luke Calvert, junior quarterback, under center. Handoff going to Logan Hudson. Gets a yard or two going around the right edge. Starting tonight for the Center Grove Trojans offensively tonight, Buchanan is the split end. Nate Wozniak, the tight end. On the O-line, Mitch McKee, Nathan Croney, Alex Woods, along with Logan Battle and Sam Hayes. The wingback, Connor Stapleton, fullback Lane Morris, and the halfback is Logan Hudson. And the quarterback again, Luke Calvert. 1 yard pickup on 2nd and 9. Lane Morris is hit at the 20, falls forward inside the 20. Lane Morris, the workhorse this year for the Center Grove Trojans.
Gained about 5. If you're looking on the other side of the football, number 42 is really the big stud on the other side of the football. Tim Kimbrough, he's 6'1", 220. He's University of Georgia product, and he's very, very good. And he's the guy I would keep an eye out if I were the Center, an eye out for if I were the Trojans.
3rd and 4 for the Center Grove Trojans.
Throwing.
Play action. Calvert gets rid of it, underthrew it, and it's an interception. And Calvert had
loose.
A man in his face, and he is tripped up. The return man at around the 31-32. Again, Calvert had to get rid of it as he was pounded by number 40. I think it was Noah Purdue in his face, and number 18, McKelty Williams, sophomore defensive back, picks it off.
Wozniak did an outstanding job after the ball was picked off of running that play down. He could have easily given up on it, and he probably saved Center Grove 30 yards right there because there was really nobody going to tackle that guy. He could have even gotten away for a touchdown. But that's the problem throwing out of the wing tee is you fake here, you fake there, and all of a sudden by the time the quarterback has done his fakes, as Warren Central runs the football right here, quarterback, their leading rusher, gets about 6. By the time that the quarterback for Center Grove has faked here, faked there, by the time he turns around against the really quick teams like Warren and Ben Davis, they're already in on top of you, and he just didn't have time to look downfield.
Anthony Cooper, now the new quarterback for Warren Central. He's more of the runner of the two, and he picks up some good yardage on first down, picks up 7 yards. 2nd and 3, ball at the Warren Central 41. First drive for Warren Central stalled. They were forced to punt. And Center Grove just moments ago threw an interception, 4th interception of the season for Calvert. And before the snap of the football, whistles on the field.
Well, that's a huge turnover for Center Grove, a team that doesn't turn the ball over very much anyway, but they had gotten great field position. Buchanan had done a nice job of fielding the punt, coming up, got an additional 30 yards. I mean, they probably could have kicked a field goal if at worst. To throw an interception and to give Warren Central, they're kind of turn the field a little bit on you right here. This is a team, remember the score of the Ben Davis game was 6-3, so you might not need many points because both defenses are very good.
False start called against Warren Central. Now they follow it up with a nice passing play for a first down here to the near side. Glenn Hill, senior receiver, with the catch, 9 yards.
Anthony Cooper, the quarterback that's in this series, just for you viewers at home, he is a lefty and likes to roll to his left to throw as he did that last time.
Inside handoff to number 1, Breeding. Center Grove doing a good job on Breeding. He tried once before coming to this side, and now they try it to that side, and neither really resulting in many yards. This one for no yards.
Warren Central's always been a power team. I mean, they didn't run a lot of sweeps. I mean, pretty much they would run between the tackle and the end, and they always had such great big linemen that they could clear a lot of holes right there. But they've struggled this year in running the football.
Breeding again tries to go between the tackles. Somebody lost their helmet for Warren Central. Good job by the Center Grove defense clogging up the running lanes.
57 lost his hat, so now he'll have to go sit out of play.
Defensively tonight for the Trojans, Mario Swan and Brickley in the secondary, along with Alex Ackerman, Aaron Hunt. Should say Josh Piper in there starting tonight.
Here comes George, number 3.
Linebackers, Keegan McFatridge, Caleb Kelsheimer, Keith Sears on the D-line, Drew Ponder, Dylan Dallas, Damian Stone, and Tyler Amaro. And George's pass is complete, short of the first down.
Yeah, it's a good pass, a little down and out, but he only got about 8.5, 9 yards. So it'll be interesting to see what Warren Central. I would say they'll probably go for this. It'll be 4th down and 1. Even though they don't have a great running game, they have a tremendous amount of confidence in their defense.
Jacoby
Looks like there's a penalty here. Penalty marker down over there.
Gillespie made the reception. He's a
face
senior
mask.
tight end.
There's no decision. It's a face mask, 15 yards, and they'll have an automatic first down.
Tackle was made by Donovan Bowling. Again, this could be either 5 yards or 15 yards. Let's wait and see. Either way, it will be enough. Should be enough for a first down. May have been Bowling. He was on the tackle on that far side, the left cornerback for Center Grove. Maybe got his hand up a little high on the face mask. It will be a 5-yard penalty, and it will now be a Warren Central first down. Ball placed at the Center Grove 41-yard line. George will stay in. He'll go from the gun. 2 receivers set. Hands it off to the lone running back. He is stopped at the line of scrimmage. Dylan Dallas hits him first. No gain.
You can see Center Grove doing an outstanding job. They're really dominating the defensive line. They're getting a tremendous amount of penetration. Warren Central in the past, I mean, nobody ever touched their running backs till you got about 3 or 4 yards downfield. And right now, Center Grove is in their backfield and giving them all kinds of problems.
2nd and 10. George fires, completes it. Taken down inside the 35. That's number 1 with the reception, Shaq Breeding.
That was well done. I mean, for a high school team right there, we got a hurt player. I don't know. Is that Donovan Bowling? He started to walk off, and then all of a sudden he sat down. I think that's Donovan Bowling right there.
Donovan has that shoulder problem. Remember, he had that shoulder problem earlier in the season.
And it looks like that's what it is, a right shoulder. I don't know if it's popped out. One of my sons used to have that, where that shoulder would pop out. He'd have to put it back in by himself. So that's a painful deal. But anyway, that was an outstanding throw by George. It's a timing play. Really, not much you can do against it. I mean, the receiver goes down 4 or 5 yards, turns out, and the ball's there as soon as he turns. The best way you can stop that is just to guess. And if you guess wrong, all of a sudden the guy turns upfield and he might have a touchdown.
Tonight's game being brought to you by Winterwood Mortgage, your hometown mortgage company supporting your hometown Trojans. Call today, 800-888-1135, or online at winterwood.net. That's Winterwood Mortgage. Donovan Bowling helped to his feet, and it appears to be that right shoulder. Being helped off the playing field. Very, very painful. Coming up for Warren Central, 3rd and 3. Big play for the Center Grove defense.
George is in the game, but he's split out, number 3. He's split out to your right. There's the quarterback running it.
Quarterback takes it. Quarterback draw. Picks up the first down to the 26-yard line.
That was interesting. They had both quarterbacks in the game. Anthony Cooper ended up faking it, a play that Center Grove has had tremendous amounts of trouble with, whether it be Warren Central or Carmel or whoever runs that. But fake to the running back, and the quarterback kind of runs it right up over the guard and got a first down.
8 yards on the carry. No score. Breeding to the 20-yard line. Just inside 7 minutes of play here in the first quarter. No score between Warren Central and Center Grove. This is the second offensive possession here for the Warriors. 7 yards for number 1, Shaq Breeding. Now they go to the power eye. George under center. Hand off to the tailback. Whistles, flag down. Will be against Warren Central. False start.
Kevin, why don't you enlighten me here? I kind of came to the game thinking we were going to see number 14, Dominique Shropshire, running the football a lot. Instead, I see number 1, who I don't even have on my list, and he's gotten every run tonight. What's going on?
Well, I mean, you go with what Coach DeLuna told us earlier in the week, how they've got running backs that are interchangeable. They have quite a few running backs, and I'm not for sure either why we haven't seen this Shropshire. He's a senior. But, Ted, you know sometimes you have a great week of practice. Sometimes you get the nod. Maybe this Breeding kid had a great week of practice, and he gets the start tonight here for Warren Central. I formation, Breeding, tailback, trips up at the line of scrimmage, but still falls forward to the 21-yard line. Picks up 4. Kelsheimer trips him up. Another big third down. Last time they had a third down, they went with number 10, Anthony Cooper-Taylor at quarterback. Let's see if they'll stick with George. Yep, George will go to the shotgun formation. 2 receiver set. George rolls to his right, still looking, fires, lobs it, and Josh Piper put a big hit on the receiver, incomplete pass. The intended receiver, number 17, Darius Lee. So it'll be 4th.
You would think they'll go for it again, even though it's 4th down and 4 or 5. Their kicking game is very questionable. They tried 3 field goals against Carmel, ended up losing that game 10-7, and missed all 3. So they're going to give it a shot here. But George is the holder. So Jeff George. So be sure he kicks first.
Max Hernandez, 6'3", 210 pounds. He's hit 2 field goals this year. He'll try this one.
It's blocked.
It is no good.
Blocked
by the Center Grove Trojans.
It came out real low, and somebody for Center Grove got their hand on it, and that's really a questionable call by Warren Central. You would think that they would put their offense in there.
Number 58, Drew Hayden on the defensive line, blocked it for the Center Grove Trojans. Of course, Hayden missed 4 games this year, so it's great to see him back as of last week, playing in the North Central game, starting tonight, and a big play here on senior night for Drew Hayden.
I think it's important for Center Grove's offense to get in a rhythm, get moving down the field.
Running play, Lane Morris has got a big opening to the 30, 40,
he's gone.
50, flag down.
Hold.
Morris still going. He's to the 20. To
He's
the 10,
gone.
5, touchdown Lane Morris, but let's see what the flag's all about. The flag down at the 26. One would believe holding against Center Grove.
It looked like there was holding on the corner is what it looked like.
80-yard touchdown
run
they're
for coming
Lane
back.
Morris, but it's
holding.
Coming back holding against the Center Grove Trojans. That would have been the longest play from scrimmage for Center Grove this season, but it's coming back.
Well, whenever you see that defensive end look like he's in slow motion as he's trying to reach for the running back and he just can't reach, there's probably a pretty good reason that he can't reach out there and grab him, and that's how that kind of looked as Lane Morris came around that corner. Somebody had a hold of that defensive end, and because of it, it's going to save Warren Central save him a touchdown right here.
Defensively tonight for the Warriors, Cameron Johnson, Chris Davis, Giorgio Blades, and Anthony Winbush on the defensive line. The linebackers, McKelty Williams, Tim Kimbrough going to Georgia, Cottrell Moss, and Cantrell Andrews. And the secondary is Myron Mounds, Jamal Bridges, and Trey Moore. Brings up 1st and 15 for the Trojans at the 15. Handoff, Connor Stapleton's first carry of the night. Gets it back to the original line of scrimmage, and then a couple of more yards on top of that to pick up a 6 for Connor Stapleton. Stapleton, 371 yards rushing this year, averaging just a little bit under 11 yards per carry. 5 touchdowns here in his senior year. Nate Wozniak, the big tight end, splits out here to the right side. Handoff, off left tackle. Nothing there for the Center Grove Trojans.
You can see there's just nothing there right there. I mean, they stopped him. Very seldom do you see Center Grove get stuffed, and they got stuffed right there. Center Grove is a team that's averaging almost 7.5 per play. That's impressive. I mean, you're almost getting a first down every play every time you touch the football. So they've been very, very efficient running the football this year.
4.5 minutes left to play. First quarter, no score. A missed field goal by Warren Central. Second offensive drive of the night for the Center Grove Trojans. Logan Hudson sprinting here to the near side, to the 25, and out of bounds close to the 30.
First down.
Very close to a first down. If he gets a good spot, Ted, I think it is a first down.
Yeah, I don't think there's any doubt that he picked it up by a good yard.
Yep. First down, Logan Hudson, 7 yards. He sprinted to the 30. He knew he needed to get it to the 30 for that first down. He got it on the other side of the 30.
Center Grove offensive line has been very key for them this year. Obviously, the way they do things down here on the south side, their lines have got to be good, and their offensive line has been very, very good all year, and it's been very good to start tonight.
Running play. Couple of yards for Lane Morris.
Lane Morris is very impressive. I mean, he's got great balance. He bangs off people. He looks like a pinball in there, the way he bounces off people. It's hard to knock him off his pins. He's really, really a very, very good runner.
Lane leads Center Grove with 646 yards rushing, 6 yards per carry, 6 touchdowns on the ground this season. Another good running play up the middle. Lane Morris.
I thought it was interesting in looking at the stats. You know, usually Center Grove has 1 or 2 guys averaging over 200 yards a game, and this is a team that's been very efficient. Obviously, they're 7-1, and yet I think their leading rusher is averaging about 78, 80 yards a game.
Lane Morris, 71.
Yeah, now they've got 6 or 7 guys that average over 20 yards a game, so they can hand it to about anybody. But there's no real one guy that dominates where he averages 150, 200 yards a game.
Big play here for the Trojan offense.
That's
on
short.
3rd and short. And it appears Morris's carry gets him to the 40, but he had to get it to the other side of the 40, closer to the 41. So Center Grove is half yard short.
I'd be very surprised if they snap this. I would say they'll try to pull them off sides, but we'll see.
Center Grove going to the line of scrimmage. Luke Howard trying that hard count. Will he snap it? Will he not?
He ain't going to snap it. No way.
Probably just going to take a timeout down to 9.
Flag. It looked like it was after the timeout was called.
Flag came out here on the near side. The side judge here, line judge, threw the flag. Did one of the Warriors get into the neutral zone?
The other referee came in and said a timeout had already been called. The referee from the other side, and I think that's Rick was sitting here, and Rick said the same thing between us. He said timeout was called first. Eric Moore is a guy that is going to play the percentages. You heard that in the pregame when he said about the wind and doing the things that you need to do. I mean, this is a field position game. This is a defensive game. Just really didn't think that he was probably against as good a defense as they have. You just don't want to lay all your cards on the table against the best part of their team. And I would say they'll probably kick this away. They'll put their defense out there and see if they can't get some better field position and try it again next time.
Grafton Peak Catering is your one-stop shop for an outstanding wedding and reception, corporate function, or special events. Visit all 5 of their local venues or online at graftonpeak.com or call Jason at 317-557-8377. Grafton Peak Catering, a proud supporter of Center Grove Trojan football. 2:30 left to play first quarter. No score between Warren Central and Center Grove.
And the offense is on the field. Just like I said. Just like I said. I mean, I imagine he'll probably go for it here. Oh.
Center Grove moved this time. The right guard, I believe, jumped.
I don't know if he was going to snap at that time. It was a long count. Usually Center Grove not a team that goes into a long count, but obviously they're going to punt it away now. But that was an interesting call by Eric Moore.
Should say right tackle Mitch McKee, senior, jumped on the play. So now it's going to be 4th and 5, and we see Ben Wheeler averaging 35 yards a punt on the season. Most likely he'll angle this one to the sideline, try and get it out of bounds. Good snap. Wheeler Good boot. He boots it to the return man. He will take it from the 30-yard line. He drops it. Center Grove getting on top of it, and only a 1-yard return. Flag down. Could be an illegal block by Warren Central. A push in the back on Javon Swan. Great job by the special teams, Ted. They really did a great job in covering the kick.
Yeah, Warren just doesn't look real sharp. I mean, other than, in their offense, they look a little lax. I mean, they dropped the football right there. I mean, compared to what we're used to watching when they used to be a well-oiled machine, they just don't seem to have the intensity. I don't know if they're not getting the leadership from their key players or some of their seniors, but they just don't seem to have the intensity that I've seen with this football team over the last 15 years that I've watched this team play.
Penalty against Warren Central, a block in the back. They'll mark it off from the 30-yard line.
I'll tell you, anymore, whenever anybody punts, the best thing they could do is just call a fair catch, whether it be in college, in the pros, whatever, because about 80% of the time somebody blocks somebody in the back. I don't understand that. I mean, if you can't see their eyes, don't block them. But they end up blocking them anyway, and then they lose 15 yards or 10 yards.
10-yard penalty puts the ball at the Warren Central 20. Running play right up the middle. Center Grove doing a great job winning the defensive line so far.
Well, and right there, they're winning field position. I mean, even though they had to punt it away, I mean, the Center Grove kicker was standing on about the 30, and after the kick and the fumble and then the penalty, it ends up being about a 50-yard punt is what it turns into, and field position good for Center Grove.
Junior John Dever with the tackle. Good running lane this time, though, for the Warren Central Warriors. 6-yard pickup for number 1, Shaq Breeding. Third down coming up here for Warren Central. 1:38 left to play, first quarter. No score between the Warriors and the Trojans. Third and 2. Anthony Cooper Taylor, quarterback, goes under center.
He got it.
Some great
Still
running
going
by the Warren Central Warriors. Very physical. They pick up the first down and a whole lot more.
Well, that's a little bit what we're used to seeing from that team. I mean, that's an offensive line that really continued to stay with that play right there. But Center Grove has been very, very good as the first quarter winds down with about a minute left here in the first quarter.
15-yard pickup for Warren Central. New set of downs for the Warriors. Cooper Taylor under center. Hand off to Breeding. He was hit in the backfield. He gets around one defender. No gain on the play.
Well, Center Grove continues to get great penetration. I mean, somebody is in that backfield at all times. Dylan Dallas is doing a nice job getting in there, and Drew Hayden, some of the guys, they're just putting continued pressure where even when the running back does get it, if he has a hole, he has to run around somebody because they're getting such great penetration.
Run stopper, Dimitri Wilson with the tackle. 2nd and 10 at the Warren 42, down to 30 seconds first quarter, no score. The quarterback kept it. That's Anthony Cooper Taylor. He's to the 30, foot race 20.
He's gone.
15, 10, 5, touchdown. 58-yard touchdown run. A flag down, though, on the play.
Oh, there is a flag.
Flag down at the 39-yard line on that far sideline. Again, a 58-yard touchdown run by the quarterback, Anthony Cooper Taylor.
Holding.
It's against Warren Central. Holding is the call, so negate the touchdown. So each team now has scored a touchdown, but nullified due to penalties.
And it's that same play, and I never know exactly what it is, but it's the one where the quarterback really holds that fake in there, and then he pulls it out of there and he runs it right up the middle. And, I mean, we've had tremendous difficulty when we played Carmel. Carmel was very efficient running that this year, last year, the past 2 or 3 years. And that's the same play that Warren Central ran right there and that they've had so much success with, too. And Center Grove has got to do a better job. It just comes down to assignment football. Somebody's got the running back. Somebody's got the quarterback. Whoever's got the quarterback's got to stay with him.
21 ticks left to play. First quarter, no score. It will be 2nd and 1. Ball at the Trojan 49-yard line. And another flag before the snap of the football. Did someone line up in the neutral zone? Maybe some movement by the Warren Central O-line. It goes against Warren Central. And Ted, you kind of spoke to it a little bit ago about how Warren just not crisp, not that disciplined Warren team that we've seen in the past.
Yeah, especially when Kevin Wright was there years ago. I mean, they were really disciplined. They were like a well-oiled machine. They just came out there and moved up and down the football field. They had big offensive lines, and they had great running backs, great quarterbacks, quickness in the backfield. They just look like they're a little bit off. Obviously, their defense has played well for them, but here's their quarterback, that same play right there. The quarterback option right there just continues to fake it up in there, and then he gets 10 yards every time he takes off with it. But they just don't look like that same Warren team that we're used to seeing over the last 10, 12 years.
7 yards for Cooper Taylor. Down to the final 10 seconds of the first quarter. Cooper Taylor now from shotgun formation. Runs it off left tackle, takes a big hit, picks up a couple, and that will be the end of the first quarter here at Ray Skillman Stadium. No score between number 4, Center Grove, and number 12, Warren Central. We'll take a break. This is Center Grove Trojan football.
For just 2% of a typical school's budget, high school sports give us plenty of energy and excitement. For just 2%, they also give us young people whose leadership and commitment to excellence will pay big dividends in our community for years to come. 2%, that's one investment we can all feel good about. High school sports, pure spirit, pure sport, pure launching pad for life.
Go south and save during Truck Month at Ray Skillman Southside Buick GMC Truck. Get discounts and rebates up to $13,000 on new Sierra truck. Or drive a new Sierra Z71 4x4 with PowerTech package for only $199 a month. Drive a new Terrain as low as $249 a month. Or a new Acadia, only $249 a month. Or get 0% financing up to 72 months. With over 600 new GMC trucks available, it's time to go pro at Ray Skillman Southside Buick GMC Truck.
Whether you are looking for a low-maintenance community in a luxurious wooded setting such as Sycamore Ridge, the breathtaking views and rolling landscapes of Kensington Grove, the gently rolling hills and convenience of Calvert Farms, the intimate luxury setting of Claiborne, site of the 2006 Homerama, or the private gated communities of Persimmon Woods or Whitetail Woods, Duke Homes has a community to fit your needs. For information about all that Duke Homes and Duke Communities have to offer, visit DukeHomes.com.
Kevin Conrad, Ted Kitchell with you tonight from beautiful Ray Skillman Stadium at Center Grove High School for tonight's Metropolitan Interscholastic Conference football game. First quarter, no score. Great opening quarter, Ted, by both ball teams. A lot of defense. We had a few miscues by both teams. For the most part, some solid football here in the opening quarter.
Yeah, I thought it was very good football, other than the one play by Center Grove where they tried to throw the football, got a lot of pressure, threw an interception because they had great field position at that point in time. Otherwise, it's just been a back-and-forth chess match and two very, very good football teams going at one another.
2nd and 7 for Warren Central to begin things here in the second quarter at the Center Grove 43. Handoff to Breeding, the tailback. He is tripped up at the 40. It'll bring up 3rd and 4.
Yeah, 3rd down at about 3 or 4 yards. So Warren seems to be having a little bit more success with Anthony Cooper, number 10, as their quarterback. He can throw it, but he can also run it.
Keith Sayers with the tackle. They go right back to Breeding. He has the first down and then some. He's inside the Trojan 30. The official was upended. He appears to be okay, but another nice run for Breeding, 12 yards. McFatridge with the tackle.
The Center Grove defense has been out there for a long time. I mean, obviously they're a team, and they're a good team that's in excellent shape. But Warren Central, you get those big bodies laying on you like they have the entire first quarter, they're going to start wearing them down.
Handoff, Breeding, another nice running lane. Hit in the secondary. He's close to another first down. He has another first down.
You can see Center Grove just not quite as sharp, not getting the penetration they were getting early. I don't know if Warren Central has made some excellent changes there, seeing that Center Grove is shooting the gap and doing some things and taking advantage of that, or if it's just an offensive line that's starting to take over.
Going back to the tailback, he is stood up by
flag.
Alex Ackerman. Flag on the play.
Came in from the back judge, which is kind of a strange place for a running play to get the flag. Yep, face mask on Center Grove. I was going to say, when it came in from the back judge, it didn't look like it was going to be a holding or what we're used to seeing. You knew it was going to be a different type of penalty. 5 yards.
Up front offensively tonight for Warren Central, Justin Sparks, Dwayne Trotter-Brown, Philip Gegner, Jonathan Powell, Evan Fonts. Tight end is Zach Gegner. Receivers, Krishan Hogan and Treon Mills, along with Glenn Hill and Jacoby Gillespie, and we've seen out there as well, wingback Darius Lee. 5-yard penalty.
First down 5. First down 4, probably.
Hand off to number 18. He's hit. Number 18 is McKelty Williams.
Yeah, they're pretty much wearing out that left side of their offensive line. Center Grove would be their right side of their defensive line, but the left side, you got a couple huge bodies over there. Justin Sparks, 6'4", 250. Brown, 6'4", 320. And they're continuing to run that way.
Same play going to that left side.
They got a first down.
Again, that's Williams, 3 yards. It'll be first and goal.
Yeah, they got a first down. It's at about the 1 yard line. Center Grove's going to have to do everything they can to keep them out of the end zone right here.
A couple of the defensive ends coming off, Dever and Stone, trying to keep that D-line fresh for Center Grove. 10.5 minutes left to play. First half, no score. Warren at the 2. Flags down before the snap of the football.
Yeah, I'm surprised they even hand the football off. I mean, the quarterback that runs that well, you're on the 1 yard line, just take it, and you're probably going to be able to sneak it over for a touchdown. Instead, they get a false movement, and now they're going to be back to the 6-7 yard line. That's a big break for Center Grove. You need to take advantage now. You need to get some penetration. When Center Grove has been best defensively, they've really been getting penetration, getting into the backfield. You can't wait for that running back to come to you. You have got to go attack.
Handoff, Breeding. He's hit at the line of scrimmage. He breaks through the tackle, gets it inside the 5. Breeding very, very strong. He's a senior, 5'9", 180 pounds. Pick up at 3 yards. It'll be second down at the 4 yard line. Second and goal. Cooper Taylor under center. Cooper Taylor hands it off to Breeding. Right side this time. He is hit by Josh Piper, the safety.
They're saying he's down. I thought he was in, but it is saying he's down.
Big hit by
That was
Josh
a much
Piper.
different look right there. I mean, they have run left like 10 times in a row. All of a sudden, they ran right, and it looked like he was going to get in the end zone. But it's third down, and it looks like it's inside the 1. It's got to be a quarterback sneak.
Cooper Taylor, the quarterback, keeps it. He doesn't get much of a push. No indication from the officials. He did not get in. Center Grove shot through low, submarine on that offensive line, and as of right now, Ted, it is short.
Low and high. Somebody came over the top diving, and somebody went low.
Did the ball come out? Center Grove says, we have it. Referees say what, fourth down?
Referees say fourth down.
Fourth down. Fourth and goal.
Inside the 1.
D-line went low, and then the linebackers come up high. Let's see what the Trojans can come up with here on fourth and goal. Inside the 1. The QB hands it off to Breeding. He's hit behind the line of scrimmage. They held. How about that? Held him. Breeding did not break the plane. Turnover on downs.
Yeah, it's a huge play by the defense for Center Grove. They really stuck out tough right there. Now the offense has got to come out and they've got to move the football against a very, very good defense. Got to make sure that you get the ball moving forward right here because, I mean, you're sitting basically right on that goal line. You are on the 1-inch line right there against a very, very good defense, and I would guess they're going to be pushing, trying to get a safety right here. Timeout.
Whistles. Timeout called. Timeout called by Warren Central. 9:07 left to play first half. No score between Center Grove and Warren Central. Update from Carmel. Carmel and Ben Davis tied at 7 apiece in the second quarter. Again, the Trojans need a win tonight, coupled with a win by Ben Davis over Carmel. Then you're talking about a three-way tie for the conference championship. Center Grove's won the MIC 3 times, trying to go after its 4th conference title tonight. Again, needing some help from Ben Davis. Ben Davis and Carmel tied at 7 apiece. So here in the first half, Warren Central with the ball 3 times. First time they had to punt. Second time they missed on a field goal. And just here now they just turned the ball over on downs inside the 1-yard line. For Center Grove, first drive, interception. Second drive resulted in a punt. So this will be the 3rd drive of the night for the Center Grove Trojans.
Well, you would think that Warren's going to come out here very aggressive. Obviously, a very good defense. They're playing against a team they know does not like to throw the football. But here's a chance. I mean, you got 99 yards that they got to cover behind them. Here's a chance that you might, try to fake something inside and throw something quick, like a little post pattern, something like that. Otherwise, your offensive line's got to do a good job and get you out of that end zone. Can't be a lot of faking right here. I mean, this has got to be straight ahead stuff.
Lane Morris tried to get off the left tackle, maybe a yard, and that's about it.
Well, when you're backed up against the goal line like this and you're running the wing T, it limits you because, I mean, the wing T, a lot of it is deception and faking here and faking there. Now, all of a sudden, when you're backed up against a defense that is quick and as good as Warren Central, you've got to, it limits you to just running straight dive plays straight ahead, and that's pretty much what they did right there.
1 yard for Morris, 2nd and 9. Ball at the Trojan 2. 8.5 minutes left to play first half. No score between Center Grove and Warren Central.
There's a pass.
Calvert to pass. Middle of the field looking for Buchanan, and it is incomplete.
Yeah, and that doesn't surprise me. I think you got to take a shot there once in a while. I mean, it's just a one quick fake, and then you kind of throw it up and hope your guy can get away. The only problem is against Warren Central, you're not going to find many guys on their side that you can outrun. I mean, it doesn't matter if it's a lineman or defensive corner or whatever. They've got great athletes, and it's hard to get behind them.
Trey Moore, senior defensive back. 5'10", 180 on good coverage.
You'd like to pick up a first down here, but more importantly, you'd like to just get 4 or 5 yards so it gives your punter a little bit of room to try to punt this football away.
3rd and 9. Sprinting outside, cutting it up is Connor Stapleton, hit out of bounds. Good carry by the senior.
Yeah, he's going to be about a yard and a half short, 2 yards short, so it's going to be 4th down.
7-yard pickup for Stapleton, but he does give Ben Wheeler, the senior punter, some room to operate.
And he does. I mean, usually you want about 13, 14, 15 yards as far as being that far back to let them snap the football. But, I mean, important to get a good snap here, but also important to catch and kick.
Wheeler's first punt, 35 yards. That's his average this year, 35. End over end. Taken by Cantrell Andrews at the Center Grove 46. Gets a couple of nice blocks. He gets it to the 35, and he's chopped down at the 35. Aaron Hunt with the tackle for the Center Grove Trojans.
Well, Center Grove, Center Grove's got to feel very fortunate. I mean, to have stopped them on the 1 yard line twice and now able to kick the football away. They put their defense out there, even though they're only on the 34-yard line. Warren Central has not been that efficient offensively, and now they've got Jeff George back in there to throw the football. Their other quarterback took them all the way down the field, Anthony Cooper, and now they've changed quarterbacks again.
Jeff George Jr., 6'3", 190, 423 yards passing, 4 touchdowns, 3 interceptions from shotgun formation. Handoff to Breeding. He's hit immediately, dropped for a half-yard loss.
Yeah,
Dylan Dallas in there.
I'm very surprised that they put put George back in there. I mean, Cooper was so efficient moving them down, and plus he's such the one play that Center Grove has such a hard problem with when he rides that fullback in the line and then takes off himself. You don't have to worry about George running the football. You can kind of pin your ears back and go after him.
Sears also on the tackle for Center Grove. 7.5 minutes remaining, first half, no score. George the throw, incomplete pass.
He got drilled right there.
Nice hit from the blind side. John Dever.
Yeah, I mean,
defensive end.
I mean, it wasn't a dirty hit. It was just nobody really blocked him. George able to get Jeff able to get the football away, but he got drilled and took a pretty good hit right there.
3rd and 10.
Both quarterbacks in again. Anthony in the wing slot.
Yep, he is in the slot to the left. Movement
Whoops.
on the right side. The right tackle moved for Warren Central. Number 78, Evan Fonts, 6'5", 245. When he's not blocking, he is the punter. Maybe the biggest punter in the state. What was your weight, Ted, when you were playing? You were a punter, too.
I was a punter.
Were you 245?
No, I was. Let's hope that I don't ever get to 245. 235 is good for me even when I'm 52 years old. So I was weighing in at about, my senior year, I was weighing in at about 195, 200.
3rd and 15 following that penalty. George stands tall in the pocket, looking, dumps it underneath. It's incomplete, nearly picked off by Center Grove. Alex Ackerman on the coverage. So it'll be 4th and 15, and we'll see the largest punter in the state, Fonts, unless they go with someone else. He punted the first time tonight. Nope, they're going to bring in Jamal Bridges, 6'1", 200 pounds.
But well, you got to make sure they punt the football here, and he doesn't take off running.
Where'd you get it? Operation Football? Oh, Twitter.
Bridges punts it, wobbly kick. They'll let it drop inside the 10. Did it go out of bounds? Did he get the coffin corner?
Wow, at the 1.
1
It
yard
went
line.
out at the 1.
38-yard punt, coffin corner by Jamal Bridges.
Now he's pounding his chest out there like he tried to do that. You know, I mean, he was glad to just get it away, and now he's going to pound his chest like that's just. Man, I've been working on that in practice.
Great guy right there.
I'll tell you what,
it's
Center
inside
Grove.
the one.
Oh yeah, I mean the ball is the same exact place where it was when Center Grove's offense got it last time. They got to be thinking, what the heck is going on here?
Yeah, the referee here having a little difficulty with the lavalier microphone.
Yeah, he's not exactly Ed Hockley on the mic. You know, he's got a little work to do. You know, with his guns and also his explanations.
Yeah. Blocking the back.
Okay, I mean, even though it went out on the 1, it's half the distance. So you know, it's
0.5, 0.25.
yeah. It's the tip is against the white line. Expect Warren Central. Warren Central is going to be really aggressive at that dive hole right here. They know Center Grove what they're doing. Yeah, quarterback sneak. I don't know if he got out or not.
Calvert just kept it. May try to do that a couple of times, just trying to get some breathing room.
Well, you can't hardly take a chance against this team. I mean, you've got to have something where it's just absolutely, you know, handed off and running straight forward, because otherwise if they get a little penetration, they're going to pin you in that end zone.
How about a hard count? Try and get him to jump. Maybe get a 5-yard penalty.
That's a good idea.
If your guys jump, hey, it's just a half a yard penalty. Hand it off to Logan Hudson. He's in the end zone, trying to get out of the end zone. Did he?
No,
safety.
he didn't. Safety.
Safety. Logan Hudson on the sweep to the right could not get out of the end zone. He is tackled, so it's now Warren Central 2-0 over the Center Grove Trojans with 6:13 to play in the second quarter.
And Center Grove will be kicking from their 20, whether it be punting or kicking it, whatever they think is best. But that's a really iffy call right there. You know, we kept talking about you got to run something quick and dive. Center Grove tried to get out around the end, and Warren Central just too athletic. And Hudson really, I mean, it's not really Hudson's fault. He just had no chance to get out around.
Roofing Made Easy is a proud supporter of Center Grove Trojan football. For all your roofing needs, contact Roofing Made Easy at 317-372-6233 or online at indyroofrepair.com. Roofing Made Easy. Some of your friends are our customers.
Center Grove, there's 6:13 left here in the second quarter. This is going to be really important to the rest of their season. I mean, you've really got to pick it up. You only gave up 2. Really not a lot you could do there. I mean, obviously, Warren Central got very fortunate to get it kicked out on the 1-yard line. You've only given up 2 points. See if you can get your defense out there. Try to get them in, try to get yourself decent field position right here. And don't give up 6 or 7 more. Get your defense out there, hold them, get them to punt the football away. Even if you go in at halftime only down 2-0, it would be a huge advantage. I mean, after stopping them on the 1 and then 2 times in a row being backed up against the 1-inch line.
Ben Wheeler elects to place the football on the tee at the 20. You do have the option to kick or punt. He wants to kick this one off.
Again, no wind. I mean, the flags are absolutely limp against the pole.
6:13 to play, first half. Warren Central in front, 2-0 on a safety. Wheeler just pops it up short
Pooch.
At the 45.
Nobody got
5, and it's still loose, picked up at the 30. Good job by Mario Swan with the tackle at the 31. Well done by the leading tackler for the Trojans this season, senior Mario Swan.
Well, Center Grove couldn't hope for anything any better than they got right there. I mean, Warren Central's offense comes out, takes over at the 32-yard line. I mean, that is outstanding. Outstanding kick, outstanding coverage. And now the defense needs to tighten up here and see if they can't get Warren Central to kick this football away.
Warren Central has only allowed 6 touchdowns in 6 MIC games this year, only allowing 9 points per game. Breeding to the 40, 41, 42, picks up 9 to 10 yards right at the first down marker.
He's just a little bit, looks like he's a little short.
Warren Central's offense averaging just a little bit under 24 points a ball game. They average 165 yards per game on the ground and 122 through the air.
Well, nobody's really averaging as many as it appears because we've all played Lawrence North, and you get 65 to it's somewhere between 65 and 80 every time you play them. So it just does a lot for your offensive average.
Giving this one a measure.
I said short.
I think it's going to be a little short as well.
Oh, ho, ho. What eyes.
So just an inch or so short for the Warren Central Warriors. Again, 2-zip, Warren Central leading Center Grove on a safety. 5:46 to play here in the first half. It is senior night for the Center Grove Trojans. From shotgun formation, they go right back to Breeding. He breaks through with a nice run to the 49-yard line, first down.
But he seems to be getting more comfortable. Speaking of Breeding here, number 1, he seems to be getting more comfy as the game goes along. He's running better, reading his blocks better, and he's doing a nice job for Warren Central. They're moving the football. Center Grove's defense really needs to step up here. Important series.
10-yard pickup for Breeding. They go right back to him again. This time he goes around the right side of the line. Picks up good yardage.
Yeah, you can see he's getting 6-7 yards a carry right now. He's getting very comfortable. They're getting in a very good rhythm. Center Grove needs to do something. They need to knock this football away. They need to, get them to fumble it. They need a break right here.
6-yard pickup.
5 minutes. They got 5 minutes left in the half. They need to make something happen.
2nd and 3.
Official timeout.
Yeah, the fullback took his helmet off for Warren Central. Again, if you take the helmet off, I believe you're supposed to go to the sideline. I think Coach Moore is trying to point that out.
Yeah, he's trying to get his defense just a little bit of a break, get him a win.
Coach Moore talking to a couple of the officials here on the near side. Again, 5:02 left to play here in the second quarter. You guys are correct. Center Grove has played a lot of defense here in the first half.
Yeah, and you can see that the big linemen just start wearing them down. All of a sudden, rather than that penetration that Center Grove tends to get when they're fresh, all of a sudden they're not getting that. And these big linemen just continue putting those big bodies on them. They just wear them down, and all of a sudden Warren Central's picking up 6-7 yards a carry.
Ready for action on 2nd and 3. They go right back to Breeding. He's got the first down. Shoelace tackle by Ackerman.
Whoa.
Breeding early on, not much success running the ball between tackles, but Ted, all of a sudden, the last few possessions, he's finding a lot of daylight.
That's what I was saying. I mean, I don't know what he's got, but he's surely got 70 or 80 yards here in the first half, and most of it has been here in the second quarter.
Also, he's got big number 92, a fullback right in front of him. He's just a blocker, and he's really opening up some holes for him. And this time, the Trojans do a better job.
Yeah, I mean, it's pretty much the quarterback takes the ball back to the running back, and it's a read. I mean, he just it's kind of a zone read where the whole line moves left, and it's just up to him to find a hole. The thing that you have to watch for, and they usually run it out of the shotgun, is when he fakes it to him and the quarterback takes off, but they usually don't run it out of this set.
4-yard pickup, 2nd and 6, right back to Breeding. Left tackle breaks it outside, and another first down for the Warren Central Warriors. They're getting quite a few yards just going off left and right tackle.
And it's pretty much left tackle. That left tackle is a big man over there, and he's creating big holes. And the quarterback just turns to his left, hands the ball off, and they get 10 yards every time right now.
Ball at the Trojan 18. Again, going to that left side, a new running back. He's hit at the line of scrimmage.
That was Cooper, I think.
McKelty Williams, number 18, with the run.
Oh, it was 18.
Yeah, 18. No yards. Loss of 1. Drew Hayden with the tackle. Cooper Taylor, shotgun formation. High snap, and he is taken down. Alex Ackerman drilled him. Loss of 6 yards. Ackerman on the coverage.
Now all of a sudden it's 3rd down and about 17. So nice job by the Center Grove defense. They've put Warren Central exactly where Center Grove wants them in a throwing position. Make sure that you keep that quarterback back there and don't let him get away on a run.
Cooper Taylor wanting to throw. He's a lefty, and it's incomplete. Krishawn Hogan, the intended receiver, and I think that's what you want to do. You want to force Anthony Cooper Taylor to throw the football.
Yeah, I'm surprised they didn't try to run him out of that shotgun that time. Look like you're going to throw it, run him if you can get 8-10 yards, and then at least give yourself a chance to get the first down. Now you pretty much have no chance to get the first down. I mean, you're looking at 4th down and 16, 17 yards. They're going to put George in the game and see if he can pick it up.
Jeff George Jr.
Look for a lot of pressure here from Center Grove. I'd be very surprised if you don't get a lot of pressure.
Anthony Cooper Taylor, the other quarterback, goes to the right slot. George from shotgun formation, 4th and 17. He looks left, fires. He has a man in the end zone. It is knocked down. Center Grove knocks it down.
Yeah, it looked like he was open, but there was plenty of time for Center Grove to recover, and they did, knocked it down, and they're going to retain that football on about the 25-yard line going the other way. It was a big stop for Center Grove, and the way things looked to start that series, it looked like Warren Central was going to walk it in, but Center Grove's defense really stood up there at the end.
On senior night, it's a sophomore with a big play. Zach Hart, 5'11", 160 defensive back. He knocked it down.
Well, he never gave up on the play. I mean, he saw the play was right in front of him. He was able to catch up and knock that ball down.
Running play for the Center Grove Trojans with 2:40 to play here in the first half. Center Grove down 2-0. Warren Central with a safety here in the second quarter. Alex Lucas, his first carry of the ball game. Ted, a couple of weeks ago, Lucas had a huge game against a very good Ben Davis team with 140-some yards rushing.
Well, he's a tough kid, and I would expect you'll see him a little bit here in the second half.
No yards for Lucas. Hand off to Logan Hudson, and he is thrown to the turf.
Face mask?
It appeared from here there might have been a face mask. You saw Logan as he came to the standing up. He was adjusting his helmet.
Well, I didn't know. They obviously got a hold of something, whether it's the shoulder pads or something, but they got a hold of something that was secure, and they ripped him down, and it looked like you couldn't tell from up here.
Loss of 3 yards, and if you do tackle ripping the face mask, that's when you get the 15-yard penalty. So
yeah, exactly.
That's a difference of 18 yards because he lost 3, he missed out on 15.
Not exactly a comfy position for Center Grove here, 3rd down and 12.
Calvert, 3-step drop, fires the pass. It is incomplete, looking for Nate Wozniak. He was split out that time.
Well, and most importantly, it stops the clock. I mean, it stops the clock, and it gives Warren Central a chance to go after the punter here. You always have to worry about that when you're playing Warren Central. When you have as much athleticism as they have, the quickness that they have, you fumble that punt just a little bit, and they're going to be on top of you. So it's important here. Wheeler gets this punt away and gets it down the field.
Third punt tonight for Wheeler. First one, 35 yards. His last one, 37 yards. He's averaging 35 on the season. Good snap. Man, there's a guy in there on him.
Yep, they got it.
A piece of
they
it.
got a piece of it. It's bouncing backwards.
Warren Central bounce. One of the Warren Central players picked it up, and Center Grove wisely, they did jump on the Warren Central player and tackled him. But otherwise, he takes it in for a score.
Yeah, they're on about the 12, 15-yard line. So that's a big play, and there's still 1:29 left.
Penalty against Warren Central. Again, the flag thrown at the 19. Penalty against Warren Central.
I think it's after it's after the punt, though. After they picked it up, a block in the back or something is what it was.
So this may be a 10-yard penalty.
So I think it's going to be a 10-yard penalty from where the spot was. Looks like they're going to get it on about the 25.
1:29 left to play first half. 2-0. Warren Central with a safety leading Center Grove. The Trojans
30-yard line
to move the football offensively. They had one touchdown run of 80 yards by Lane Morris, but it was called back due to a holding penalty. And with the block in the back penalty, 10 yards. Ball now at the Trojan 30. Who is the quarterback?
George.
Yes, Jeff George Jr. He goes under center. They go with the power I. Hand off to the tailback. He squirts through there, sidesteps a tackler or two. Picks up good yardage on first down. 7
You would have
yards.
thought Warren would have had two plays called in the huddle to get this football, so they don't have to waste timeouts. There's 1:10 left and running.
2nd and 2. Ball at the Trojan 22. Breeding left side, puts down the helmet. Close to a first down. He's right at the marker.
Yeah, if you get a first down in high school or college, obviously the clock stops while they move the chains. Very different from the pros where you see that clock continue to run.
Breeding coming into tonight's game, only 69 carries, 250 yards, 3 touchdowns.
So they got it down to the 20 with 59 seconds left.
New set of downs here for Warren Central. Clock starts down to 55 and counting. Handoff Breeding, hit behind the line of scrimmage by Drew Hayden. He got the initial hit, but I believe it was Dylan Dallas who finished him off.
Yeah, they call a timeout here. Dylan Dallas did finish him off. Great penetration, really slid his block and got right in there. As soon as the running back got the football, he was all over him. So he was lucky to even get back to the line of scrimmage.
Timeout called by Steve Tutsi, interim head coach for Warren Central, stopping the clock with 49 seconds here in the first half. 2-0, Warren leads it over Center Grove.
I'm surprised that they play George as much as they do, and his father would probably disagree with me, but they just seem so much more dominant when Anthony Cooper, especially when you put Cooper back there in the shotgun where he can fake that ball and he can run it. Otherwise they just have one running back there. And he's the only thing that you really have to key on. I mean, Breeding has been doing majority of the work back there, number one. But when Cooper has faked that ball in there, rode him in there, and then run up the middle, it's given Center Grove a lot of problems.
Tonight's game being brought to you by Jets Pizza. Jets Pizza, located on State Road 135 in the Colby Shops across from Bonefish Grill. Jets Pizza, open daily for lunch and dinner. Call 317-881-JETS. Again, that's 317-881-5387 for pickup or delivery. Jets Pizza, Life is short. Eat better pizza.
Anthony Cooper in the shotgun.
Penalty.
Looked like Center Grove was offsides.
Let the refs sort this one out. They're going to say it is against Warren Central.
Yeah, they sure did. At first,
False
it looked
start.
like it was Center Grove.
Update from Carmel. Ben Davis leading 10-7. That game may be at halftime at this point. 10-7. Ben Davis leading Carmel. Again, the Trojans have to win here tonight. Ben Davis beats Carmel tonight. It will be a three-way tie for the MIC championship between Center Grove, Ben Davis, and Carmel. Center Grove, though, trailing right now 2-0 here to Warren. Late in the first half, the quarterback
there you go.
kept
Much
it.
better, much better.
Center Grove stayed disciplined. Good team defense. They wrap up. Cooper Taylor picks up 3 yards. Third down coming up.
Also, for anybody out there interested, you didn't happen to have your TV on, the New York Yankees moved on. And I know that we, including me, are extremely excited about that. I love those Yankees.
Without controversy, it sounds like.
A disputed home run. Well, if it was the Yankees, I mean, just because one of their fans reached out and took it away from the Baltimore years ago, I mean, what's the big deal? Come on.
Timeout called by the Warriors. 41 seconds to play first half. 2-0. Warriors lead the Trojans.
Well, it actually has been a great football game. I mean, most people, obviously, they're used to seeing Center Grove score 40 or 50 points a game, but this, if you were to ask, this is the kind of football game Eric Moore likes to play in, where you really have to think about what you're doing. Each possession is important, offensively, defensively, everything that you're doing, and it'll be interesting to see what type of changes they make if they can get in here and hold Warren Central right here on third down and about 13.
Passing play in the flat. It is complete on third down. I don't think he got out of bounds, so the clock will continue to roll.
Well, there's plenty of time. The only thing is you can't get up there and spike it. I mean, you're going to have
try
to
a field goal.
Wow.
Again, Martinez, he's probably the largest field goal kicker in the state. Down to 20 seconds. He's going to try a 30-yarder.
Well, they got plenty of time.
Yeah, 20 on the play clock. You got to look at the game clock.
Make sure they don't
12.
fake it.
He has struggled. He's only hit 2 this year. This one, plenty of distance. It looked like a knuckleball,
It's good.
But it is good. Martinez hits his 3rd field goal of the season. That one from 30 yards out makes it now a 5-0 ball game. Warren Central leading Center Grove with 4 seconds to play.
Yeah, the 3-run homer gives them a 5-0 lead. So
we got a baseball score. That's
yeah,
what we're gonna
exactly.
have.
You
We're
got
gonna
that
have a
right.
baseball score tonight.
It's still baseball season, so 5-0.
So a safety with 6:13 to play in the second quarter by Warren. Put them up 2-0, and now a field goal with 4 seconds left in the first half makes it 5-0 Warren. For Center Grove tonight, 3 punts, 1 interception.
Well, and you think a little bit about that. I mean, if you look at the statistics for Center Grove's only punted 15 times all year coming into the football game. 15 times. I mean, they've played 8 games, so they've already punted 3 times tonight. I mean, that tells you one thing. Warren Central's got a good defense. I mean, Eric Moore talked about it before the game, in the pregame. It's one of the best defenses he's seen in the last 2 or 3 years. Now, they might not be quite as good as he said. They've played against a lot of good football teams here in the MIC, but they're darn good. And you can see, the teams they've played this year, they don't give up many points. So Center Grove is going to have to make some changes here in the second half, which I'm sure Eric Moore and his staff will do, and come out in the second half and see what they can do.
It was Max Hernandez, Jr., 6'3", 210 pounds. Pretty nice sized field goal kicker.
You would think they would squib this along the ground, and they do.
That's a squibber. Taken at the 19 by Buchanan. Trying to find an opening, dives forward and gets it across the 25, and that will bring us to halftime here at Ray Skillman Stadium. The Warren Central Warriors leading the Center Grove Trojans 5-0. Stay tuned. The halftime show coming up next. This is Center Grove Trojan football.
Go south and save during Truck Month at Ray Skillman Southside Buick GMC Truck. Get discounts and rebates up to $13,000 on new Sierra truck. Or drive a new Sierra Z71 4x4 with PowerTech package for only $199 a month. Drive a new Terrain as low as $249 a month. Or a new Acadia, only $249 a month. Or get 0% financing up to 72 months. With over 600 new GMC trucks available, it's time to go pro at Ray Skillman Southside Buick GMC Truck.
For just 2% of a typical school's budget, high school sports give us plenty of energy and excitement. For just 2%, they also give us young people whose leadership and commitment to excellence will pay big dividends in our community for years to come. 2%. That's one investment we can all feel good about. High school sports. Pure spirit, pure sport, pure launching pad for life.
And now a word from your friends from Floors to Go.
This is Joe Trester with Floors to Go here in Greenwood, Indiana. The store has been in business since 1976. We have a new building that has state-of-the-art products: carpet, hardwood, laminate floors, vinyl tile, sheet vinyl, ceramic tile, porcelain, bamboo.
The new Floors to Go has more room, more flooring products, and more deals per square foot.
Stay tuned for more from Floors to Go.
Welcome to the Ray Skillman Automotive Group halftime show. Ray Skillman is a proud supporter of Center Grove Trojan football. Ray Skillman, where we stack them deep and sell them cheap. Here at intermission, the Warren Central Warriors, ranked number 12 in the state of Indiana, leading the fourth-ranked Center Grove Trojans 5-0. No touchdowns here in the opening two quarters. A safety by the Warriors and a field goal with 4 seconds left to play here in the opening half, putting the Warriors in front 5-0. Kevin Conrad with you, along with Ted Kitchell, and now Rick Embry joins me here on the halftime show. And Rick, hard-nosed type football game as we expected. Very physical here in the opening half and a lot of defense. And boy, the Trojans really put a lot on their defense here in the first half, making a big stop inside the 1 yard line on several tries. Warren could not punch it in for a score, but here at halftime, Center Grove down 5-0, could be worse.
Yeah, you're exactly right, Kevin. It's actually Center Grove should feel fortunate to only be down 5-0 at halftime, because Warren Central had the ball at least 4 times inside the 20-yard line that first half. Twice Center Grove stopped them on the 1 yard line, including that big fourth and 1 on the one stop, and just a dominant performance by Warren Central. But you also have to look at field position. I mean, it's very difficult. You look at the stats, and Center Grove's only got 37 total yards, but you know, they started 2 possessions on the 1 yard line, one after stopping them, and then the second one after a fantastic punt that got downed inside the 1 yard line. So those 2 possessions were huge, and it greatly limits Coach Moore's playbook whenever you start those possessions inside the 1. So, you know, Center Grove's got to feel, you know, pretty good about a first half when they had 37 total yards and they're down by less than a touchdown. They get the ball at the start of the second half here, and I'm sure Coach Moore will make some adjustments at half.
Looking at the team statistics, Warren Central with 12 first downs, only 3 for the Center Grove Trojans. For Warren Central, 10 rushing first downs, 1 passing, 1 due to a penalty. For Center Grove, 2 by rushing and 1 via a penalty. 159 yards rushing for Warren Central, only 37 yards on the ground for Center Grove. Passing 6 of 11, 42 yards for the Warriors. Center Grove 0 of 3 on passing. 1 interception thrown by Center Grove. Luke Calvert threw an interception. Total plays 48-17 in favor of Warren Central. Total offense 201 yards for Warren, only 37 for the Center Grove Trojans. Penalties here in the first half, quite a few against Warren, 9 for 55, 6 against Center Grove for 25 yards. And Center Grove did have 1 sack for a -5 yards here in the first half. Third down efficiency, Warren 4 for 11. Center Grove 2 for 5. On fourth down, Warren 0 for 2. And looking at the punting statistics, a couple of punts for Warren Central, average 31 yards. For Center Grove, 2 punts for an average of 36 yards. So, Rick, you look at those statistics, the big thing that stands out, obviously, 3 first downs to only 12 for Warren Central.
Yeah, and we don't have the time of possession on there, Kevin, but I'm sure out of that 24 minutes in the first half that Warren Central probably had the ball for at least 70% of that time. So Center Grove's defense was on the field for a big chunk of that first half, and I know they were getting tired at the end, and it's a credit to them that they kept Warren Central out of the end zone, especially with how many times that Warren Central actually had the ball inside the red zone and they still couldn't punch it in for a touchdown. So I'm sure Center Grove's going to have a game plan. They hopefully will have better field position here in the second half, and once you get a couple rolling a little bit, Ted always talks about, that offense needs to get rolling and get the plays in, start rolling. Once you get a couple first downs, and that wing T just starts feeding off of itself. So I got a good feeling that Warren Central's not going to be able to hold Center Grove to 37 yards total in the second half, and Coach Moore will make some adjustments here at halftime, and like I said, Center Grove gets the ball at the start of the second half, so it'll be a big drive to see what we do.
Individual statistics here at halftime. Breeding, 25 carries, 129 yards for Warren Central. He's averaging 5 per carry. 14 is his long. Cooper Taylor, the quarterback for the Warriors, 7 carries, 25 yards. 10 is his long. Williams had 4 carries for 7 yards. And for the Center Grove Trojans, Lane Morris, 5 carries, 17 yards. He's averaging 3 per carry, 6 is his long. Again, Lane did break one for 80 yards on a touchdown run, but it was called back due to a holding penalty. Connor Stapleton, 3 carries, 15 yards. He's averaging 5 per carry, 7 is his long. Logan Hudson, 4 carries, 5 yards, 1 yard per carry, 7 is his long. And again, George here in the first half, passing 5 and 9, 32 yards. Cooper Taylor, 1 of 2 passing, 10 yards for the Warriors, and Luke Calvert, 0 of 3 and had 1 pick. Hill, top receiver for Warren, 2 catches, 19 yards. Lee had a catch for 7. Also, Cooper Taylor, the quarterback, had a catch for 6 yards. And looking at the defensive statistics, Ackerman, 9 tackles. He played splendid here in the first half. Had 1 sack, a couple of tackles for loss of yardage. Keith Sears also playing well at the linebacker position with 5.5 tackles. Josh Piper, the safety, 4.5 tackles. And Caleb Kelsheimer, 4 tackles. And Dylan Dallas also with 4 tackles for the Center Grove Trojans.
Well, that just shows right there, Kevin, as well. Warren Central had over 35 plays in that first half, and they talk about the Colts last weekend had 86 total plays. Well, Warren Central's on a pace to have over 70 plays for a high school game, which is unbelievable. So Center Grove was on the field for a long time in that first half. The other thing to look at there on those stats is a guy that Ted was talking about. You guys didn't even have on your 2 deeps. Breeding at running back did a fantastic job that first half. He had 129 yards, 25 carries, and he started a little bit slow. Center Grove did a good job of containing him the first couple possessions, but then he got rolling pretty good. Warren Central went to a little bit of a no-huddle offense where they got back to the line of scrimmage quickly. The other thing that Ted touched on, which was exactly right, they moved the ball much better when Cooper Taylor was behind center as opposed to Jeff George. Cooper Taylor just gives them that much more of a offensive threat by being able to run the ball and run in that little bit of a spread look and put the ball in the belly of the running back and then pull it out if he sees the running lane. So overall, just a dominant performance by Warren Central, but once again, they're only up 5-0.
Rick, you made a great point as far as Center Grove's offense is concerned. I mean, twice on 2 possessions, they had to start inside their own 1-yard line. We're talking at the half-yard line. So obviously you really can't run the plays that you really wanted to run, because at that point you're just trying to get some breathing room for your punter, possibly try to pick up that first down. But I'm sure there's a lot left in Coach Moore's playbook here for the second half.
Well, and they really only had the 1 possession where they moved the ball. First possession after Warren Central punted, we got the ball inside the 20-yard line, and on third and 3 or 4, ran a little bootleg pass, and Calvert got pressure off the end and threw it up, and it got intercepted. That was the only possession that Center Grove really moved the ball, other than, you talked about there's been no touchdowns in this game. Well, there's actually been 2 touchdowns, but they've both been called back on penalties. So 1 for Warren Central, 1 for Center Grove. So a great run by Lane Morris, 80-yard touchdown run was called back. They didn't move the ball in that possession, and then we got into the 2 possessions that started inside the 1. Then they got another possession, and that was inside the 20 to start out with. So not good field position. Like you said, that greatly limits the plays that Coach Moore can call.
We are at halftime at Ray Skillman Stadium. Center Grove trailing Warren Central 5-0. Earlier today, Ivan Smith and the Center Grove boys tennis team playing in the quarterfinals of the state finals, and Center Grove lost to Carmel 4-1. Connor Anderson did win, though, his singles match at number 2 singles. So we want to just tell Coach Ivan Smith and his team, great season this year. They finished the year at 17-6, won a sectional, won a regional, got all the way to the quarterfinals of the state, and losing to Carmel today 4-1. And I know Connor Anderson, his brother Luke, plays number 1. Both very, very good. They're brothers, and just all around another great season for Ivan Smith and the boys tennis team.
Yeah, it's a great program. My son's actually went to summer camp out there. He's in 6th grade and playing for the middle school team, and it's amazing the amount of time that those guys put in. And it's a little bit unfortunate because the number 1 player, Luke Anderson, who's Connor's older brother, a senior, had a fantastic year last year. I think he finished 2nd or 3rd in the state last year in singles. This year he battled a lot of injuries, so I don't think he ever got quite back to 100%, and that obviously affected the team and in the state tournament there. But obviously Carmel's always dominant in tennis, but I think Luke Anderson's going somewhere. I know he was visiting schools in the fall here, so I'm sure he's going to play collegiately somewhere.
Also tomorrow, big day for the girls and boys soccer programs here at Center Grove. The boys team will be in the soccer regional championship out at Mount Vernon, taking on the Marauders. Center Grove beat Warren Central last night 5-0 in the semifinals of the regional. 16-2-1 on the season. Head coach Phil Orlando going for the Trojans' 11th regional title tomorrow night on the boys' side. And for Todd Sheely and the Center Grove girls soccer team, they'll play tomorrow night at 7 o'clock at Shelbyville High School against number 20 Warren Central. Also, Coach Sheely and his Lady Trojans going for a regional crown on the girls' side of things. So big day tomorrow for Center Grove soccer.
Yeah, and as you look at those pairings of what teams are left in the regional finals and beyond, it's kind of opened up a little bit this year. Carmel ranked number 1 in both boys and girls soccer, and they've been knocked off in the sectional or the first round of the regional. So that obviously opens up some opportunities. Evansville Memorial is always good from the south. They're still around in both girls and boys, but Center Grove, if they can get past the regional round and with it kind of opening up a little bit, big day for Center Grove sports tomorrow in the soccer program.
Rick, last weekend the sectional pairings came out. Center Grove will be in sectional number 7. The Trojans will begin play right here at Ray Skillman Stadium next Friday night against the Martinsville Artesians. Martinsville going into tonight's game 6-2. Last heard they were shutting out Plainfield pretty badly, 21-0. So again, Martinsville will be here at Center Grove. Looking at the other sectional 7 matchups, Bloomington South at 1-7 at Franklin Central 4-4. Columbus North 3-5 will host 5-3 Whiteland, and Bloomington North 2-6 at Franklin, who is 3-5. Just your assessment of sectional number 7.
Yeah, on paper it looks like that first matchup between Center Grove and Martinsville are the 2 best teams according to Sagarin ratings and record-wise as well. So that'll be a whole different look than what Center Grove's seen in the last few games, with Mick and being mostly a ground attack. But Martinsville likes to put the ball up in the air. You always worry about that kind of attack whenever it gets into playoff football, and when you could have a 25 or 30 degree day, or you could have a downpour or anything like that you get with Indiana weather in the fall. But on paper, Martinsville's a very good team. They've only been beaten twice this year. Got beat by Greenwood, who hasn't lost at all. Got beat by them by only 1 point over at Greenwood, and then lost, I think, a touchdown game or so to Decatur Central. So Martinsville will be a very tough matchup for Coach Moore, and I'm sure he wants to get out of this Warren Central game healthy. He'll start first thing tomorrow morning to preparing for Martinsville.
Some other big matchups next week in the sectional. Of course, number 12 Warren Central playing number 4 Center Grove tonight. Turn around now next Friday. They'll go to number 1 Carmel. And potentially, if they knock off Carmel, they could face number 2 Lawrence Central in the second round of sectional. Number 5, that's by far, at least the first 2 rounds, the most competitive sectional round, but the most competitive from top to bottom probably in Class 5A is sectional. Number 6, you got number 5 Ben Davis at Pike. Number 13, Zionsville at number 6, Brownsburg. Decatur Central at Avon, and Terre Haute South at Terre Haute North. So from top to bottom, that's a pretty good sectional and sectional number 6.
Yeah, and you talk about a meat grinder sectional, and you talked about those first 2 games. You've got Warren Central who's playing number 4 Center Grove tonight. They're going to turn around and go to Carmel next week, who's number 1, depending on the outcome of the Ben Davis game tonight. And then if they happen to knock off Carmel, which from all indications they should have beat Carmel the first time they played, then they got to turn around and more than likely play number 2 Lawrence Central the following week. So, just a tough schedule, and really both of those sectionals in Central Indiana have teams that are just loaded. And but the Terre Haute schools are probably still thinking, I'd rather be in that sectional than be with the other MIC teams that beat the crap out of us throughout the year. So even the Terre Haute schools feel like they can probably compete with anybody in that sectional, at least Terre Haute North, who's had a pretty good year this year.
And something that got finalized this week, and this is a good time to mention it, Center Grove playing Warren Central tonight. I know there's been a lot of talk over the past several years trying to move this game to be played earlier in the season because, it is a physical matchup, and they beat on each other so much in this game. A lot of times they go into the state tournament next week limping in a little bit, and they've moved this Warren Central game next year, actually the next 4 years. It's a 4-year contract. They're going to move this Warren Central game to the season opener. So next year, Center Grove will be at Warren Central to begin the 2013 season. Again, that'll be the what will take place the next 4 years. So, and what Center Grove will play, at least the team they'll play next year for 1 year, they'll go to Cincinnati, Ohio to play the LaSalle Lancers. Again, that's the LaSalle Lancers, a Catholic school in Cincinnati. So the Trojans will conclude regular season play in 2013 at LaSalle High School in Cincinnati, and that's just a 1-year deal with LaSalle. So that news coming out this week per Center Grove Athletic Director John Zwitt. So I got his approval to say, yes, we can go public with that. So, Rick, I know they've worked hard to try and move this Warren game to a different part of the schedule, and they got it finalized.
Well, and that's always been something that's worried and bothered Coach Moore throughout the last 5 or 6 years when Center Grove has become competitive, and Warren Central being as dominant as they have been over those years, and just a physical football game. And it's been difficult, and there's been injuries in the past that have affected Center Grove in the state tournament. Whenever you play such an emotional, physical game in that last regular season game that a lot of times have been for the MIC championship or a share of the MIC title, you can't do anything besides possibly let down that first week of sectional. And you saw that a couple years ago when Center Grove was upset on their home field in the first round of the sectional after a very tough Warren Central game. So I'm sure Coach Moore is extremely happy to have that news. He'll get a different opponent to look at in that Cincinnati team. They'll go over there for 1 year, and then we'll see what happens with that. But I'm sure that'll start the season off with a bang next year.
Warren Central and Center Grove have returned to the playing field, so we're just moments away before the start of the second half. So that concludes the Ray Skillman Automotive Group halftime show. Ray Skillman, where we stack them deep and sell them cheap. Halftime score 5-0. Warren Central leads Center Grove. We'll take a break. This is Trojan Football.
Go south and save during Truck Month at Ray Skillman Southside Buick GMC Truck. Get discounts and rebates up to $13,000 on new Sierra truck. Or drive a new Sierra Z71 4x4 with PowerTech package for only $199 a month. Drive a new Terrain as low as $249 a month. Or a new Acadia, only $249 a month. Or get 0% financing up to 72 months. With over 600 new GMC trucks available, it's time to go pro at Ray Skillman Southside Buick GMC Truck.
And now a word from your friends from Floors to Go.
This is Joe Trester with Floors to Go here in Greenwood, Indiana. store has been in business since 1976. We have a new building that has state-of-the-art products: carpet, hardwood, laminate floors, vinyl tile, sheet vinyl, ceramic tile, porcelain, bamboo.
The new Floors to Go has more room, more flooring products, and more deals per square foot.
Stay tuned for more from Floors to Go.
Metropolitan Interscholastic Conference football at its finest tonight here at Ray Skillman Stadium at Center Grove High School. Here at halftime, 5-0, the Warren Central Warriors leading the Center Grove Trojans. Ted Kitchell, it's always interesting to see what kind of adjustments one of the all-time greats here in the state of Indiana, Eric Moore, will make here at halftime for this second half.
Yeah, it will be interesting to see because, Warren Central's not a team that's real fancy. I mean, they do what they do, and they're big, they're strong, they're fast, they're effective. Their defense is going to chase you down. You try to run around them. So I think at some point in time you've got to step back and throw it every once in a while. I mean, once out of every 4 or 5 downs, you've got to at least make them aware that you're going to throw the football. Otherwise, it's just going to be really, really difficult continuing to pick up first downs. It's a team that's very quick. Very powerful. They're led by a great linebacker in Kimbrough. So, but the first series is obviously very, very important. I mean, Center Grove's going to get the football here, and it's very important for them to come out and move the chains and see if they can't move the football down the field and get some points on the board.
Tonight's game being brought to you by Winterwood Mortgage, your hometown mortgage company supporting your hometown Trojans. Call today, 800-888-1135, or online at winterwood.net. By Grafton Peak Catering. Grafton Peak Catering offers 5 local venues, and will be happy to cater at your location too. Along with food, catering, Grafton Peak can provide you with entertainment, tents, chairs, power, and more. To learn more, visit online at graftonpeak.com. Ted, I was just watching right before we started here in the second half. Ben Wheeler was out kicking some field goals, and he just nailed one from 40 yards out. And this is starting to look a little bit like the Ben Davis game. Wheeler kicked a field goal late in that ball game, and that was the difference. That was the game winner. And if Center Grove can get in field goal range, maybe around that 40 yards, I think we're going to see Wheeler maybe kick some field goals.
Yeah, I think that you're going to have to try. I mean, obviously, you look up, the score is 5-0. I mean, if you could get lucky enough to get a touchdown somewhere along the way, you're going to really start dominating the game. But so far, the points have come few and far between. They've come with a 2-point safety, and they've come with as time was running out in the second quarter, they came with about a 30-yard field goal. So it's been a well-played football game, very defensive-minded so far.
Hernandez kicks off to begin the second half. It'll be taken by Swan at the 10, 20, and tripped up at the 30-yard line. He had a good return going, tripped up by Nico Pickens.
Yeah, it looks like he's about the 32. So good field position for Center Grove. That's exactly what Coach Moore, I'm sure, spoke about at halftime. You want to get out there, get the ball in good field position, and then it's time for the offensive line to start blocking the way we've been blocking all week in practice, start moving that football up and down the field.
Center Grove in the first half, 3 punts, 1 interception on the offensive side of the ball, and Lane Morris very productive on first down with a nice carry. I got a feeling we'll see a lot of Lane Morris here in the second half.
Well, it's important for Calvert to also get them in a good rhythm here. I mean, don't be too slow. Get them in a rhythm. Make the Warren Central defense play a little faster than they want to play. Center Grove seems to play best when they get in a little quicker rhythm.
5-yard pickup for Lane Morris. Handoff Stapleton. He had some good runs in the first half. Gets outside, picks up the first down. 6 yards on the carry for Connor Stapleton.
Well, if you're Center Grove, that's what you're looking for. You're looking to move the chains, as they did. Now they've got the ball, 1st and 10 up on the 42-yard line, and they're moving in the right direction. Just continue to do that. So far, they've not been able to sustain a long drive. I mean, it's been, 3 and out a number of times. They've had to punt 3 times. They've got to sustain a drive and continue to move down the field.
Calvert rolls out, throws it underneath to Lane Morris, and he held on for maybe
Half a yard.
Half a yard at most. Back to the line of scrimmage, and that'll be it. So 2nd and 10 coming up for Center Grove. 11 minutes to play, third quarter. Center Grove down 5-0 to Warren Central. Last report, it was 10-7, Ben Davis leading Carmel. Again, the Trojans need some help up north with Ben Davis over Carmel. And the Trojans, though, have to take care of business here against Warren Central.
Wow.
Big loss. Connor Stapleton hit behind the line of scrimmage, dropped by big number 69, Austin Roberts, 5'8", 250 pounds.
And that's the thing you have to worry about when you're playing Warren Central is sometimes if they really decide to play right there, 69, just shot the gap and they knocked Center Grove for almost an 8-yard loss. So now you're looking at 3rd and 18, and I don't know if we got to play in the playbook. I mean, obviously you're going to look for a double handoff. You're going to look for a screen. You're going to look for something right here. You got 5 back with an offsides.
Anthony Winbush, senior defensive end, jumped, got in the neutral zone. 5-yard penalty against the Warriors. Again, I would stick with that hard count. Get some cheapy penalties that way. When it is difficult to move the football, you'll take it any way you can.
Yeah, you're going to have to do something here. Throw a screen, the double handoff. You're going to have to do something that they haven't seen yet here tonight.
Play action. Looking for Vedeto. He stretches out, makes the grab at the 40. I think he could have thrown a flag. He was held by number 41, Trey Moore. He held him.
Yeah, it looked like he did, but it was a good move and good concentration by Center Grove to be able to come up with that football. He made an outstanding catch and a huge – I can't tell you what a big first down pickup that is when you're sitting originally looking at 3rd and 18 and still 3rd and 12 and you're able to pick it up.
19 yards for Justin Vedeto.
Double handoff.
And not much there. Warren Central not fooled on the play. Logan Hudson took the second handoff, and no marking at the line of scrimmage. 2nd and 10 coming up.
Well, the more athletic teams you play, those type of plays just, those deception plays just don't work. I mean, they look good early in the year when you're playing Whiteland and some of the teams like that, but you play Warren Central, Ben Davis, the quickness and athleticism that these teams possess, and you just can't run those type of plays.
Ball at the Warren Central 41-yard line. Calvert, the quarterback, kept it. Pretty good yards. Picks up 4 yards on the play. Calvert maybe just did that on his own. He probably saw something up the middle, saw a soft spot in that Warren defense.
Yeah, all of a sudden, if you get the nose guard move one way or the other where you feel like your center can handle him, you just take the ball and just kind of dive it up in there. The linebackers were a little wide that time. And one guy, we haven't mentioned too much tonight is number 42, Kimbrough, their all-star.
Handoff Lane Morris.
There he is right there.
Kimbrough, along with others, wrapping him up. It'll be 4th and long, and still just too far for a field goal opportunity for Ben Wheeler. Again, he kicked a 40-yarder right before the second half started during warm-ups.
Now this one would be, you're looking at about 53, 54 yards from here. This would be a good place for what you've been talking about all night, the hard count. Get you 5 yards. Still not a first down, but still it gives you a chance. This is difficult, 4th down.
4th and 6. Calvert hands it off to Lane Morris. He cuts it up. He's going to be short on the first down.
I just mentioned that we hadn't heard from him, and boy, he put a hit on Lane Morris right there.
So a turnover on downs. 7:58 to play here in the third.
It's interesting watching Warren Central. I've always been intrigued by their athletes and the way they play. But boy, when they turn it up and they want to play, Kevin Wright had the right potion. He could really get those kids fired up, and that's why he had so much success over there. And he's obviously doing the same thing up at Carmel. But when these guys want to play, they're really difficult to handle.
Jeff George's pass is errant, incomplete. Race Trash, a proud supporter of Trojan football. Race Trash is a family-owned business that has been providing the Indianapolis area with quality recycling and waste disposal services since 1965. From residential to commercial to industrial, Race Trash service does it all. On second down, Pass is complete. First down. Well done. George threw a strike for an 11-yard pass play. Darius Lee with the reception. New set of downs. Incomplete pass. He takes a big hit by Drew Ponder. Glenn Hill, the intended receiver, on the far sideline. Ted, the Trojan defense, they've asked a lot of them tonight, and right now the Trojans have to make a stand.
I don't know how many plays Warren ran in the first half, but I would guess it was 35 to 15. I'll bet they ran 20 more plays than Center Grove did, and because of it, the Center Grove defense started wearing down there in the half.
Cooper Taylor takes the snap from the shotgun, runs it, picks up 4 yards. Drew Ponder and Caleb Kelsheimer on the tackle. Ball just shy of the 50-yard line. Big play, 3rd and 8.
I mean, there's obviously some reason they leave both quarterbacks in at the same time. Oh, there's Center Grove. There's 5 free yards. So now rather than 3rd down and 6, it's probably going to be about 3rd and about 1.5.
Let Green with Envy make your property the envy of the neighborhood. Contact Jeff Williams at 317-49-ENVY. That's 317-495-3689 for all your residential and commercial lawn care and landscaping needs. Jeff Williams of Green with Envy.
Yeah, it looks like about 1.5. 3rd down at about 1.5. Jeff George is still in there, and he is under center.
Going with the power eye. Hand off to Breeding, his first carry of the second half. He picks up the first down.
How about that? I mean, Breeding, I went over at halftime to look at – here's a guy that hasn't carried the ball that much throughout the year, and they run him 25 times in the first half. 25 times. I mean, the leading rusher for Center Grove, I think, had 6 or 7 carries. So that's unbelievable.
Big number 92, not even on the roster with that number, but he's the lead fullback, and boy, he is a load. He's opening up holes for Breeding. Breeding breaks it out.
Hold,
flag
late.
Down. He's hit out of bounds at the 25. Should be a holding call against Warren Central back at the 42-yard line.
It's amazing. The guy who made that call is the referee all the way across the field. I mean, he's the referee in front of the Center Grove bench, and the play is going down the Warren Central sideline over on the other side, yet he obviously saw it because he threw it right at it.
Stadium Graphics, look like a pro, play like a champion. Like Stadium Graphics on Facebook and visit Stadium Graphics online at stadiumgraphics.com. Stadium Graphics, a proud supporter of Center Grove Trojan football. Getting the call from the referee. Holding against Warren Central. 5-0, Warren Central putting up 5 points in the second quarter. A safety and a field goal. Center Grove's first drive of the second half stalled. A turnover on down. Center Grove's D-line jumped, but no penalty. Center Grove did not enter the neutral zone, according to the official. Handoff, Breeding. They wrap him up around the waist, take him down at the 46-yard line. Drew Hayden, along with Kelsheimer, on the tackle. Second and 15. George, quarterback in the gun, stands tall, still looking under pressure, dumps it off to Breeding on the screen, and he is chopped down short of the 45. He gets back to the line of scrimmage. Great pursuit by the Center Grove defense.
Yeah, he maybe got back to the line of scrimmage. He might even he might have lost a yard.
Keith Sears, among others, on the tackle. Down to 6 minutes here in the third. 5-zip, Warren Central. Very methodical drive here by the Warriors, taking a lot of time. George with the gold cleats. He's under pressure. He eludes the pressure, still scrambling. He's across the line of scrimmage, and he gets back to the original line of scrimmage at the 40. Got to bring up 4th and 9 for the Warriors.
Yeah, it looked like the left defensive end. I don't know if that's Dylan Dallas. Looked like he got held by big number 78 right there, but no call was made. They've got their special kicker, number 26, who puts it out on the 1-inch line. He's back in there to kick here. But they are punting, even though they're on their own 40. Low snap.
And he's taken down at the 49. Again, we talked about it, Ted, miscues by the Warren Central Warriors, and there's a big one right there.
Yeah, they're just not real sharp on the things they do. They just kind of go through the motions and act like it's just not that important. And I mean, maybe their defense can bail them out again, but I tell you what, you continue to give Eric Moore and his teammates or his team a chance, and they're gonna put some points on the board sooner or later.
Remember, Trojan fans, after the big Friday night football game, meet your friends at the Center Grove Applebee's at the corner of State Road 135 and Smith Valley Road. Enjoy half-price appetizers starting at 9 o'clock every night. The Center Grove Applebee's, there's no place like the neighborhood.
Offensive line is where it's got to be. If they're going to win this battle, you got to win the battle up front.
Run to the 45-yard line with Lane Morris, the junior fullback. Picks up 4 yards. 5 minutes to play in the third quarter. Trojans trailing 5-0.
And the one guy Rick was asking about before the game, he's in there. Number 60. 6'4", 350.
370.
370. Well, it says 350 here.
In the game program, 370, but you're probably right, 350. He's lost 20 pounds during the season since they wrote up the program before the season.
There's no way.
Whatever he is, he's a load. He's a big boy.
That's a very generous 370 they have him listed at.
Running play brings up 3rd and 6. No gain for the Trojans. Center Grove needing to get to the other side to the 40 to the 39 for a first down.
Yeah, you need to move those chains.
Running to the outside.
It's just
Morris
so hard to try to run wide on Warren.
Big hit by number 5, Cantrell Andrews. Could not get the edge.
I think you have to punt and hopefully, maybe they'll drop it. Maybe they'll turn it over. I don't think you can go for it here.
The Center Grove fans just stunned. I mean, Center Grove is putting up 40-some points a ball game this year, and tonight just unable to do anything offensively. Watch for the fake here. Center Grove can fake. It's a high snap. Great job by Wheeler. Good punt all the way to the 10. They'll let it bounce. It goes inside the 5, and they try to get it before it went into the end zone. They cannot. Good effort, though, by the Center Grove Trojans trying to down it at the 1. It'll be brought out to the 20, a 46-yard punt by Ben Wheeler.
Well, the thing you need to keep in mind here is it's 5-0. I mean, you're one interception away. You're one fumble recovery and pick up and run it in for a touchdown. I mean, you're one play away from taking the lead. And so that's what Eric Moore has in mind, right here. I mean, he's got an outstanding defense, come up with some really good plays tonight and some big series. And so let's see if they can get him to turn it over here again tonight.
The quarterback keeps it. Good yardage on first down. Very close to that first down marker. Cooper Taylor, I got a feeling we'll see a lot of him here in the second half running the football.
Yeah, I was surprised that they play George as much as they do. I mean, obviously he's the guy. He's their quarterback for the future next year. There's no question, but Cooper puts so much more pressure on your defense. DeLuna has to love seeing Jeff George back there and hate seeing this kid because this kid, can run, he can pass, he can hand it off, he can do everything.
Following the play, a little scrum between Hill and Swan. Flag comes out. Let's see if this is against one or both.
Looks like it'll probably be Warren Central with a 15-yard penalty.
Could be offsetting.
Yeah, it could be against both of them. The referee was so far away, I don't see how he could call one or the other, but he's calling it. Yeah, he's calling it on both. So the running play will stand.
5-yard pickup for Cooper Taylor, the quarterback. Also with Cooper Taylor, he is the runner of the two between him and George. And at this point, you want to run if you're Warren Central. Keep that clock running. We're down to 3 minutes here in the third quarter.
Yeah, you want to continue to put the ball on the in your running back's hands. Either that, or you want to fake it and run it yourself. And Cooper is obviously the most efficient at doing that.
5-0. Warren Central leads Center Grove.
2nd and 5.
2:56 to play, third quarter. The quarterback on the option pitches it back. Center Grove reading it pretty well. They're trying to get the running back, and they finally just drive him out of bounds.
Well, it was a late
no
pitch
yards.
right
Yeah.
there. If you're the coach for Warren Central, you got to be thinking, just tuck that thing and take your yard gain and get the heck out of there. But Center Grove played it very, very well.
1 yard for Breeding. 3rd and 4 for the Warriors. Cooper Taylor from shotgun formation. Hands it off to Breeding, and Breeding tripped up at the 40.
Looks like he's about a yard or about a half a yard short.
Half a yard short of the first down. Not for sure who for Center Grove flew in there, tripped him up. I thought it was before the 40. They're going to put it on the 40, and if that's the case, a pretty good spot. They're going to give it a measure. Ted, I thought he was held behind the line of
he's
scrimmage,
short.
or behind the 40.
He's a little bit short, and Warren will have a decision to make. I mean, you're going to have to pick up about a foot. But if you don't pick up the foot, which they had problems earlier in the evening when they had the ball on the 1 yard line, they couldn't get a yard each time. They couldn't get it in the end zone. So this Center Grove defense has some confidence. Don't be surprised if they go out there, look like they're going to go for it, try to hard count Center Grove off, offsides, or it's just a little bit short, about 4 or 5 inches.
Tonight's game being brought to you by Rick Clark and family, also by Stadium Graphics, and Trojan fans in need of air duct cleaning or dryer vent cleaning. If so, call Elmer James of Air Cleaning Experts at 317-889-1099 or online at aircleaningexperts.com. Air Cleaning Experts has earned the prestigious Angie's List Super Service Award the past 5 years. Update from Carmel. With 3 minutes left to play in the third, Ben Davis leading the Carmel Greyhounds 10-7. 4th and inches. Warren Central, quarterback keeper. They got the push.
They got it.
First down, Warren Central. 2:10 left to play in the third. Plenty of time in this ball game. Warren in front, 5-0, scoring a safety and a field goal in the second quarter.
Well, I mean, they can take the chance there and go for that. Obviously, they've got a big offensive line, but also they've got a great defense waiting if for some reason they don't pick it up, a defense that they have a lot of confidence in and has done an outstanding job here tonight.
Cooper Taylor, senior quarterback under center.
It's got to be movement for that guy to blow the whistle, isn't it?
Whistle, flags down. Penalty against Warren Central. They have had several penalties tonight.
Yeah, and they continue to shoot themselves in the foot a little bit. They, like Center Grove, they're an efficient offense that is meant to go 10 yards in 3 plays. They are not made to go, 15 yards in one play against good defenses. So when all of a sudden it's 1st and 15, it's a little different look for Warren Central, and it makes things much more difficult.
Cooper Taylor, again, leading rusher, passer for this Warren team. He's the playmaker. He's in shotgun formation. Running the option here to the near side, fakes the pitch. Hit by Kelsheimer. Gets back to the original line of scrimmage. Ted, the Trojans have only had the ball one time here in the third quarter, and since then, this Warren offense chewing up a lot of clock.
Well, as I said, in the first half, Warren Central dominated the game offensively as far as keeping the ball out of Center Grove's hands. They ran a lot more plays than Center Grove did. Now, Center Grove only gave up 5 points, and probably lucky to only do that, but it's more of the same here in the second half.
Should say correction. Center Grove's had the ball twice here in the second half. They turned it over on downs and were forced to punt. And again, the QB keeps it, gets it close to midfield.
Looks like it's going to be about 3rd down and 3.
Cooper Taylor picks up 7 yards. Spotted at the 49. Josh Piper, senior safety, with the tackle.
Well, the problem is the Center Grove defense looks like he gets tired. I mean, whether or not how efficient this Warren Central team is, they do have big bodies up front, and you get those big bodies on you, for as long as they have, and it just makes it tough.
Breeding on 3rd and 2, gets a great push, gets the first down. Kefsheimer wraps him up from behind. They'll mark it at the 45-yard line. Again, a very deliberate drive here by Warren Central. Nothing fancy, just a lot of power runs between tackles, chewing up a lot of clock.
Well, that time they picked up 15 yards in 3 plays. So, after starting off with a penalty, that was an opportunity for Center Grove, but Center Grove just cannot get any penetration, and right now the push is going the other way. Warren Central getting 4 or 5 yards of carry.
Big collision at the 40-yard line. Breeding again, picking up 5-6 yards on the carry.
Only 20 seconds left. That might be the last play. I would be surprised if they run another play. If I were Warren Central, I'd let the clock run out here with only 10 seconds left in the quarter.
Amaro and Sears on the tackle. And they will let the clock run out after 3 complete. It is 5-0. Warren Central leading the Center Grove Trojans. We'll be back with the 4th quarter. This is Center Grove Trojan football.
Go south and save during Truck Month at Ray Skillman Southside Buick GMC Truck. Get discounts and rebates up to $13,000 on new Sierra truck. Or drive a new Sierra Z71 4x4 with PowerTech package for only $199 a month. Drive a new Terrain as low as $249 a month. Or a new Acadia, only $249 a month. Or get 0% financing up to 72 months. With over 600 new GMC trucks available, it's time to go pro at Ray Skillman Southside Buick GMC Truck.
And now a word from your friends from Floors to Go.
This is Joe Trester with Floors to Go here in Greenwood, Indiana. The store has been in business since 1976. We have a new building that has state-of-the-art products: carpet, hardwood, laminate floors, vinyl tile, sheet vinyl, ceramic tile, porcelain, bamboo.
The new Floors to Go has more room, more flooring products, and more deals per square foot.
Stay tuned for more from Floors to Go.
Tonight's Center Grove football game being brought to you by Air Cleaning Experts, Precision Transportation Solutions, Honeywell, McAllister Power Systems, Floors to Go, Center Grove Applebee's, Rick Clark and Family, Stadium Graphics, New 5 Creative, Duke Homes, Wellborn Realty, Ray's Trash, Ella's Frozen Yogurt, Jets Pizza, Roofing Made Easy, Ray Skillman Auto Group, Grafton Peak Catering, Winterwood Mortgage, and Green with Envy. Getting things underway here in the 4th quarter. It's 5-0. Warren Central leading the Center Grove Trojans, and
more of the same right there. Run off the right tackle, first down. They move the chains once again. If you want to know why that Center Grove defense looks a little tired out there, to this point, Warren Central has run 66 offensive plays. Wow. Center Grove has run 29.
Passing play underneath. It is incomplete. A rare passing play here in the second half. Anthony Cooper Taylor tried to pass, rolled to his left, and his receiver was open, but he just dropped it.
This is a Center Grove team that averages, a lot of yards on the ground. They average, almost 7.5 yards per touch. Tonight, Warren Central has held them to 69 yards of total offense, and Warren Central has over 230 yards of total offense.
2nd down and 10 at the Trojan 34-yard line from the gun. Option. Pitch back goes to Breeding, and he is hit behind the line. Fumble, and Trojans have it. Center Grove forcing a fumble. Recovered by Tyler Amaro, and the Trojans get a break. This may be the break, Ted, they needed.
Yeah, it could be the break they needed. It's interesting. Right now, the play after a turnover like that, a lot of times is where Eric Moore wants to really try to jump on you. I mean, he might try to fake it here and then throw something down the field. Be interesting to see if he throws the football out of that turnover.
We have not seen a pass completed tonight Watch out for Nate Wozniak, just one completed pass, but no passes for any yardage. Luke Calvert underneath hits Lane Morris, and he drops the football. Cannot hang on. He takes a big hit.
He didn't drop it. He never got a chance to catch it. I mean, you got your back to the defense, and you look. I mean, by the time you get your hands on it, the defense is just hammering you to the ground. There's just such great quickness in Warren Central. It's just really difficult to find plays that you can run against them and be efficient. I mean, they're just they're a powerful, good defensive football team.
That pass play right there to Lane Morris, that worked time after time against the Ben Davis defense, but tonight not so against Warren Central. They've really scouted that well. On play action, looking here to the left side, Vedeto was held up, no penalty. Vedeto was held up. It was beyond the 5 yards, and Vedeto, as a result, could not get to where he needed to be for that pass route, and Luke Calvert led him too much.
Yeah, and if you look at the Warren Central defense, I mean, if you take a look at it, they've got about 8 guys in the box, and doesn't surprise me at all. I mean, they're going to make Center Grove throw the football if Center Grove expects to try to win this football game. Either that or they're going to have to pop one here, but it's 3rd down and 10, and you need to get the chains moving in the right direction here.
3rd and 10. Passing play, Calvert under pressure, runs the football. He is crushed. Gets back to the line of scrimmage, lost a yard. Let's see if Calvert's okay. He is okay. He's checking himself. He's fine.
Yeah, you're going to have to punt, or at least assume that you're going to punt. You're going to put your punt team out there. It's 4th down and 11. You don't want to give them the football on this side of the football field. Hopefully, maybe they'll turn the football over. I don't know.
Max Hernandez with the sack. He's a junior defensive lineman, 6'3", 210, part-time field goal kicker. Ben Wheeler to punt this one for the Trojans. Wobbly kick. All in all, not a bad job. Takes a Center Grove roll down to the 20-yard line. The return man goes all the way down to the 15. Dodge one Center Grove tackler and is taken down at the 29-yard line. That's Cantrell Andrews. Center Grove doing a good job pinning the Warren Central Warriors inside the 30. A Center Grove Trojan, though, is down on the play.
47. He's getting up slowly.
He is on his feet.
Yeah, he's on his way out.
Coming here to the near side, and Center Grove again playing some defense. 10:31 to play in the ball game, trailing 5-0. Center Grove needs a touchdown.
There must
to take
be
the lead.
There's some type of, I don't know if there's a flag down or what, but there's a flag down right at the 50-yard line.
You are correct, sir. It is at the 50.
So I don't know what it is. Something's either going to be taken off or tacked on to this. Usually it's against the receiving team, a block in the back or some sort of thing. And it looks like they're walking backwards, so they're going to lose some yardage here.
Precision Transportation Solution is in need of company drivers and owner-operators with single trucks or fleets to run for its dedicated first-class customers. To submit an application, visit Precision Transportation Solutions website at less-headaches.com. That's less-headaches.com. Precision Transportation Solutions, a proud supporter of Trojan football.
Well, this is important. Center Grove, they just got half the distance to the goal line, so Warren Central takes over at the 10-yard line. Center Grove's defense needs to step up here. Warren Central does not punt the ball well, so you have got to put them in a punting situation. So do whatever you can here to try to get them to a 4th down. I mean, obviously they're doing that, and Coach DeLuna and his team trying to do that in this situation, but you really need to amp it up right here. Here's a great opportunity with the field position Warren Central starts with.
Grafton Peak Catering in Greenwood is ready to serve you today. To learn more and to receive an estimate for your next catered function, contact Jason at 317-557-8377. Running play, big pile up, still a big push. Now they blow it whistle, they blow it dead. Grafton Peak Catering is a proud sponsor of Center Grove Trojan football. 3 yards on the carry. He was able to push the pile for 3 yards. That's Breeding. He's been the workhorse tonight for this Warren Central offense. Ten minutes to play in the ball game. Center Grove down 5-0.
Somebody's got to assign that quarterback. You got to take the quarterback here.
Breeding takes the handoff, gets outside. He's wrapped up by McFatridge. McFatridge takes him down. Not much there.
Yeah, he got about half a yard, so they're looking at 3rd down and probably 7.
Huge play for this Center Grove defense. Crowd getting into it. Jason Mueller on the PA, pumping up this crowd. Big play. Cooper Taylor from shotgun formation. Cooper Taylor keeps it, and he falls at the 15. Well short of the first down. 5 yards short of the first down. Forcing a punt situation. Center Grove with life.
They had 2 guys down. 78 is limping off the field. He's one-legged hopping off the field, and then the quarterback, I think Cooper, went down there right at the end. I don't know if he's got cramps or what he's got going on, but you remember the last time they tried to punt the football, it was a bad snap, and they just covered it. I'm sure that their coach has probably already talked to them. If they were to get a bad snap right here, the best thing that they could do is just down it in the end zone and take a safety, because you don't want to give Center Grove the football inside the 5-10 yard line. So it'll be interesting to see what Warren Central does. Obviously, the first and foremost, they're going to try to kick it away.
Jamal Bridges, senior. He's a defensive back, 6'1", 200. He does the punting.
And Cooper is the guy who was hurt, number 10. Their quarterback is the guy who was hurt and is being helped off the field.
Cannot walk off under his own power. It appears to be his right leg. So that means Jeff George Jr. will be the quarterback from here on out, if that's any indication of the status of number 10's injury. Cooper Taylor. Bridges at his goal line to punt this one away. It's
good
a good snap. Not a bad punt.
Fair catch,
at
45.
the 45-yard line. Great job by Alex Ackerman, the junior. Best field position of the night for the Center Grove Trojans.
Yeah, pretty well done by both teams there. Warren Central did a nice job. Good snap, good catch, good kick. And Center Grove did all they could do. They came up, give their offense the ball in its own 45, and you just got to start moving the football. Check how many guys they got in the box, though. I mean, look, they've only got 2 guys that are beyond 4 yards from scrimmage right here.
Connor Stapleton sprints to the outside and lost a yard.
You cannot run around teams like Warren Central and Ben Davis.
He went back 7 yards, went all the way back to at least the 49, 48 yard line.
Yeah, I mean, he actually gained about 5 to get back to where he only lost 1. So, yeah, he went way back there trying to create an angle. But against Warren Central, they're just too good athletes and they're too fast. They close too quickly and they just cover too much territory.
2nd down and 11, loss of 1 yard. 8:13 to play in the ball game. Center Grove down 5-zip. Passing play. Calvert's got a man middle of the field. He let him too much.
Sure did.
Alex Lucas, the intended receiver, and he let him too much. He was open.
Yeah, he just needed just a little bit of air underneath that one and float that one in there, and Alex Lucas would run right underneath it for a touchdown. But those are the type of things you got to do. When you look up and you see that many guys in the box, you have got to throw the football once in a while. I mean, Eric Moore knows that. I mean, I'm not, telling him something he doesn't realize, but obviously the wing tee is what they do best.
End around running is Connor Stapleton. He gets it to the 40-yard line.
Well, you feel like you've made it at least manageable here. It's 4th down, and it looks like it's going to be about 5. I mean, the sticks are on the 45 to the 35, and it's on the 40. The ball's on the 40, so they've got about 5 yards, 4th down and 5 to go.
Timeout called by head coach Eric Moore. 7:44 to play, 5-0. Warren Central leading the Center Grove Trojans in this all-important Metropolitan Interscholastic Conference game. Rick Embry, what was the report from Carmel? Ben Davis still leading 10-7. I think that was late in the 3rd quarter, maybe early 4th quarter. We'll get an update here for you. It's 13-7, Ben Davis, and we believe that's in the fourth quarter. So Ben Davis leading Carmel 13-7. The Trojans need to win here. A Ben Davis win at Carmel would make a three-way tie for the conference championship. Center Grove's won it 3 times in the MIC under Coach Eric Moore, trying to go for the 4th one this year. And there's 10 minutes left in that ball game at Carmel.
Well, the one thing here for Center Grove is, as we said, when you run the wing T, a lot of it has to do with deception. And, you know, they run the double handoffs and they do a lot of that stuff. Well, those type of plays are taken out of play when you play Warren Central, because Warren Central reacts to the football so quickly. They have such great athletes on their defensive side of the football. It really limits the things that you're able to do. So you're looking at 4th down and 5, and you got to figure out how can I get 5 yards against this great defense, and it is not something that's very easy.
4th and 5. Trojans need to get it to the 35. Passing play on that far sideline. Penalty flag down. Nate Wozniak, the big senior tight end, was held. Penalty called against Warren Central. It will be a Trojan first down. I was wondering when they would go back to Nate Wozniak. They tried to throw to him once in the first half, and that's the first time they've thrown in his direction here in the second half.
Boy, if you're going to miss Wozniak, though, you got to miss high. I mean, he threw it down at his belt buckle, and it was almost picked off by Warren Central. Now, Center Grove was going to get the pass interference no matter what, but still, if you're going to miss Wozniak, you got to miss him high. Well, this is this is the best field position Center Grove's had all night. I mean, they're looking at where they're going to spot it here on about the 25.
They're going to march it off.
It's 15 yards, I think, so it'll be at the 25. It's not a spot foul in high school or college, which I think, I don't know if they'll ever change it in high school. They definitely need to change it in college, where it's a spot foul, much more like the NFL, rather than just a 15-yard penalty.
Ball at the Warren 25-yard line. 7:40 to play in the 4th. Lane Morris dropped for a loss of 1 yard. At the 26. Great penetration. Was that Kimbrough again?
Well,
going to the University of Georgia.
They're just so quick. I mean, you got 11 guys out there. You're trying to block them, and they're all, quick as cats. And it is just not easy. I mean, this offensive line, we've seen what they've done all year. They've been successful. They've been, really, really good all year. You're playing against an outstanding defense right here. They are not going to make it easy for you.
2nd and 11. Alex Lucas, they got him around the shoe top. They said his knee hit the ground. Lucas tried to get up and keep running, but they're going to say his right knee hit the ground. Back to the line of scrimmage, 3rd and 11, no gain.
Yeah, 3rd down and 11. So, again, Warren Central, they're going to cover Wozniak if he's in the football game, obviously, this time. I mean, they're going to be ready for that type of play. So it might be time to throw a screen or throw something that gets them off balance right here.
2 receivers set here for the Trojans each side. Underneath, they go to Lane Morris. He caught it. He's going to be short of the first down.
Well, you can see
he got some yardage.
He did.
So this might get them in field goal range. If they elect to go with Wheeler, it's in his range.
Yeah, it definitely is in his range. I mean, you're still looking at about 40 yards, about 39, 40 yards.
But I guess at this late in the game, Ted, you're down to 6 minutes. You need a touchdown.
Well, you need a touchdown. You've been fortunate enough. But even right there, they throw a pass, and it looks like he might have a chance, and they just close on you so quickly that there's just not much there. So this pass right here has got to be something quick, because they're going to be after the quarterback right now.
3 on the play clock, 4th and 7. Got to call it timeout. They got the play in a little bit too late.
Eric called timeout.
Timeout called by Coach Moore. 5:45 to play in the ball game. 4th and 7 at the Warren Central 22-yard line, and the Trojans trail 5-0. Center Grove needing the first down, obviously needing a touchdown to take the lead.
I mean, again, you have to remember you're only one play away. I mean, you're one pass away, you're one run away from getting in the end zone and taking the lead right here, 6-5. Kick the extra point, 7-5. So you got to keep a positive mental outlook, but you have to remember that you're also playing an outstanding defense. I mean, they've had trouble moving the football against them all night. The just have great athletes. They close to the football very, very quickly, so you're going to have to be very efficient on whatever play you decide to run here. You're going to have to be most efficient. Everybody's going to have to do their job. That's why football is the ultimate team sport. Everybody, all 11 of you, got to do your job. The lineman got to block. Quarterback's got to catch it. He's got to throw it. Everybody's got to do their job if they expect to be successful here on this play.
McAllister Power Systems, a proud supporter of Trojan football. McAllister Power Systems offers sales, parts, and service for CAT Power Systems products such as diesel generators and on-highway truck engines. McAllister Power Systems facilities are located in Fort Wayne, Indianapolis, Lafayette, South Bend, Terre Haute, and Washington.
Well, I would think that you have to throw the football. I wouldn't think that you'd be able to run and get this, but they are going out of the shotgun. Two to his left, two to his right.
Warren Central utilizes a timeout.
Yeah, Warren wanted to see what type of it'll be interesting to see if Eric now changes his formation. Warren Central let them set up in a formation. He had Wozniak in the slot to the right, and then he had another guy outside of him. You had two over here to the left, so they had four receivers. The thing with that looks good, but you better have somebody blocking, because if they shoot Kimbrough or they shoot one of their linebackers up the middle and nobody picks him up, it's going to make it very difficult for a quarterback to make any type of throw. So you got to make sure you have enough guys back there to block all the guys they send.
Ella's Frozen Yogurt, located at the corner of Fairview and 135 behind Mike's Car Wash, has expanded. Ella's offers more seating, a bigger patio, and a party room. Ella's has 10 mouth-watering yogurt flavors and more than 80 toppings. Check out Ella's Frozen Yogurt and have swirls of fun at Ella's Frozen Yogurt.
Calvert's got to keep this play alive and try to allow somebody to make a play. He's got to make a good throw on a pass. But again, like I said, it's the ultimate team sport, football. Everybody doing their job. Let's see if Center Grove can get it done.
Nate Wozniak, the big tight end, sets up here in the left slot. They go with a 2 wide receiver set. Calvert from the gun. He fakes it. Goes across the middle for Buchanan.
Got it.
He's at the 5. Inside the 5, down to the 2. Kyle Buchanan, the senior, on senior night with the biggest grab of his career.
Well, it was a great play by Calvert in that he gave him a head fake and a pass fake, and it really moved the safety right there. It held him for a second, and it gave Buchanan enough time to slide into the middle, and he was able to get open. Big play by Calvert right there for Center Grove.
18 yards on the reception. First and goal at the 3. 5:25 to play in the ball game. Handoff, Lane Morris chopped down. He loses yardage on the play.
Yeah, he lost about 1.5 yards, 2 yards right there. They're all the way back to the 5.
Cantrell Andrews takes him down at the 5, a loss of 2.
I mean, you might have to throw this football to get it in the end zone even from the 5. Clock down to 5 minutes.
Center Grove down 5-0. A touchdown puts them in front by 1. Ball at the 5. Alex Lucas brought in the next play. Handoff goes to Alex Lucas. He hurdles one defender and gets it to the 1. Athletic move by Alex Lucas. He could have been dropped at the line of scrimmage. He jumped over a defender. They'll mark it at the 1, Ted. 3rd and goal at the 1.
Yeah,
4 down territory for the Trojans.
Yeah, it looks like it's at about the 2-yard line is where as the referee stands on the line on the outside.
So it's going to be a long 1 yard to go here for the Center Grove Trojans.
Shot clock down to 10.
Yep. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2.
I don't know if they know it.
And 0. Delay of game.
No, they called timeout.
Call time. Somebody called timeout.
Timeout.
Yeah, they
Grove.
sure did. They called timeout.
Center Grove with 1 remaining timeout in the ball game.
0 now.
Was that the last one?
Yep.
So the Trojans are out of timeouts. 4:07 to play. 5-0. Warren leads it. The ball between the 1 and 2 yard line. Center Grove a score puts them ahead by 1.
Well, this just comes down to whoever's going to win the battle at the on the line of scrimmage. I mean, Center Grove's not going to throw the football on third down, I don't think. I would think they would run the football. So who's going to win that battle? We saw earlier in the game, we thought, Warren Central was going to walk it into the end zone, and they couldn't get it in from the 1 on 2 plays. Now Center Grove sitting in a similar position. Let's see if they can get it in against a very good Warren Central defense.
Center Grove out of timeouts. 2 remaining timeouts for Warren Central. Center Grove needing a long yard, about 1.5 yards, to take the lead.
Well, the big fella's back in there, number 60, so he'll be right over the nose.
All 370 pounds.
Yeah, you aren't going to move him, but he probably doesn't have a lot of movement either.
Luke Calvert.
Here we go.
Center. Hudson in motion. Calvert hands it off to Lane Morris. He takes 2 big hits, can't get in.
Wow.
To the 1, he got about a half yard.
It looked like he was going to bounce off and slide in there, and he just couldn't. They just wrapped him up. You're looking at 4th down.
Wow. It looks like about 1 yard, Ted.
Timeout, official timeout.
Center Grove is out of timeouts. The officials call a timeout. Now they're ready. Now they wind the clock. They're getting ready to blow the whistle. They do. Looks like it may be, Ted, a half yard.
It's a yard.
Okay, you need a whole yard.
It's a yard.
And that's a big difference. Center Grove just picked up a half yard with that run. 3:35 to play in the ball game. This is it, folks, right here, one would think.
Yeah, shot clock down under 10 again.
They need to hurry. 6, 5, 4. They cannot take a delay of game. 3, 2. You don't have any timeouts. Delay of game. Delay of game. Delay of game.
Wow.
Delay of game. They cannot take a timeout.
I mean, the crowd here in front of us obviously knew it. Obviously, Eric Moore knew it. I don't know if they felt like they still had some timeouts left or what, but now all of a sudden you were looking at 4th and 1 from the 1. Now you're looking at you're going to be back at the 6-yard line.
So now you go from a running play probably to a passing play.
Yeah, I would think that you probably have to throw the football. Now, the one thing here is you got a 6'9" guy, use his height. I mean, throw it up high and take a chance that maybe he can catch the football.
Wozniak, 12 catches, 13 catches now. He has 1 tonight. 3 touchdowns on the season.
Here we go.
Ball at the 6. Waiting for the official to blow his whistle.
Yeah, the official called timeout. There must be an equipment problem with one of the guys.
Yeah, Warren Central having some problems with
the
his helmet.
Either a helmet or an equipment problem, but maybe he can't get all that hair in there. He had the locks.
Kind of like the Palomalo hairdo. Now they blow the whistle.
Okay.
Here we go.
Here we go. Big play for Center Grove right here.
4th and goal at the 6. 2 receivers to each side. Calvert from the gun, whistles. I bet we have a timeout called by Coach
Warren Central.
Tutsi. He calls his 2nd timeout.
They got 1 left.
1 left for Warren Central. He was checking the Trojan alignment. Honeywell is a Fortune 100 company that invents and manufactures technologies to address tough challenges linked to global macro trends such as safety, security, and energy. With approximately 132,000 employees worldwide, including more than 19,000 engineers and scientists, Honeywell has an unrelenting focus on quality, delivery, value, and technology, and everything it makes and does. Find out more at Honeywell.com.
Well, obviously a very important series. I mean, a very important down right here. I mean, with only 3:18 left, no timeouts left. So if you give it back to Warren Central, if they're able to pick up 1 first down, they're probably going to run the clock out. Now, I don't know how efficient they are running the clock. I mean, this is not exactly Peyton Manning and an NFL squad, taking the clock down. But still, Center Grove, if they expect to win this football game, they need to score right here.
Luke Calvert has thrown 5 touchdowns on the season. One would think a big passing play coming up here for the Center Grove Trojans on 4th and goal at the 6. Center Grove back to the line of scrimmage. 3:18 to play in the 4th, down 5-0. From the gun, Calvert rolls to his right, has good protection, throws it, and touchdown! Lane Morris with the reception. A player down for the Center Grove Trojans. An injured player in the end zone, but Lane Morris with the reception. 6 touchdown passes for Calvert. And for Morris, that's his second touchdown receiving on the year. And Center Grove in front 6-5 over the Warren Central Warriors. And Ted, what a play by Luke Calvert, the junior quarterback. He rolled, he extended the play, and at the last moment let it go and threw a beautiful pass.
Well, and it was all Luke Calvert because he kind of tucked it like he was going to run the football, and by doing that, the defense let its guard down for a second, and that second allowed Lane Morris to get open, and he was able to find him for the touchdown. I don't know who it is that's down in the end zone, but
I'm wondering, is it Morris himself? Yeah, Lane Morris. I was going to say that's where he caught it, and he cannot put any weight on that left foot. So it's a left knee or left ankle.
And it almost looked like it was because there was nobody around him to hit him. It's almost like when they were celebrating, he did something.
And Ted, Center Grove in front 6-5. One would think they will go for 2 to try and make this a 3-point ball game. And right now the offense out there going for 2, but they'll have to do it without their workhorse, Lane Morris. You hear the applause from the Center Grove Trojan fans. Lane Morris cannot put any weight on that left foot. And of course, Warren
that
Central,
doesn't look good.
They lost their quarterback, Anthony Cooper Taylor. So 2 key players out. Here we go, 2-point conversion for the Trojans. This is critical. Hand off. Nope. They go play action. Wozniak's in there. What a play. Tip your hat to Coach Eric Moore. Play action. Nate Wozniak, the big fella, catches it, and Center Grove is in front by 3, 8-5.
Well, Center Grove did an outstanding job. They took the ball. Offense moved it down the field. Offensive line has been a key all year for them. Calvert did an outstanding job of keeping the offense moving in the right direction, and then he made a great play for a touchdown. Good 2-point conversion. That obviously puts them up 3. So now it's going to take a touchdown to win, and it'll take a field goal to tie.
How about that? 8-5, Center Grove in front. 3:11 to play in the ball game. Still plenty of time. 1 timeout remaining for Warren Central.
Yeah,
Center Grove out of timeouts.
Yeah, it's not going to take long once we get it started because nobody, Warren Central's got 1 timeout left. Obviously, look for a little pooch kick right here. If Warren Central's done their homework, they ought to stick somebody over there about the 25-yard line in the corner because that's where they're going to kick it. And there's no way he's kicking this long.
Ted, the first time tonight we've had to read this. That is a scoring drive for the Center Grove Trojans. Normally we do it, 5, 6, 7, 8 times a game. But the Trojans, 11 plays, 7 running, 4 passing, 45 yards in 5 minutes, 39 seconds. Calvert to Morris on a 6-yard touchdown pass, and the 2-point conversion, a pass to Nate Wozniak, putting Center Grove in front 8-5, but it came at a price as Lane Morris injured on the touchdown reception. He's being looked at here on the sideline. Line drive kick, and it goes to the 1. Got to make the tackle to the 20. Reverses field. 25, 30, and doesn't quite get to the 30. They take him down at the 27-yard line. The ball came out. They're going to say he was down.
Yeah, they're saying he's down.
The officials say he was down at the 27-yard line. Again, Hernandez kicked a 30-yard field goal back in the first half as time ran out, about 4 seconds left. He's only made 3 on the season.
Warren already on the field. Jeff George obviously quarterbacking them because their other quarterback went out with a leg injury.
Cooper Taylor sideline. George passing, completing, 8-yard pickup.
Not a first down, though. Clock's still running.
Glenn Hill with the reception.
Obviously, they're trying to pick up a first down. Automatically stops the clock right there.
8-yard pickup. 2nd and 2. Quick pass. Almost picked off. It was in the air for a while. Glenn Hill, the intended receiver, bounced off of Hill, and Center Grove almost picked it off.
Center Grove needs to think about the run right here, though. You would think that Warren Central is going to run the football to pick up the first down and stop the clock. So if you're Center Grove, don't just expect a throw right here. I mean, obviously, if you're the defensive line here, you need to stop this, and even more time is going to run off the clock.
Power I, running play, Breeding, push.
Clock
moves
stops.
The pile to the 39, gets the first down. Stops the clock momentarily to move the chains. That was Breeding, the senior running back. 2 minutes, 31 seconds to play in the ball game. Catch your breath. Center Grove in front now, 8-5.
Yeah, everybody needs to do their assignments here. I mean, everybody, covering the wideouts. Also, you need to make sure you know where that back is coming out of the backfield on a little screen pass.
2 receivers to each side. Across the middle, incomplete. His receiver, I think, had some alligator arms. That's number 4,
no
Glenn
question.
Hill.
No
He heard
question.
Ackerman.
He sure did.
Might as well go ahead and catch it because Ackerman still popped him.
He popped him anyway. You just well catch it. That would have put him to the 50-yard line. Obviously, the clock stops again, but that was a well-thrown ball by Jeff George.
George really likes to throw the ball to his sideline. He's looking to that side. He's yet to look to his right. And the receiver fell down. Krishan Hogan, senior, fell down on the route. So 3rd and 10. Big play. Trojan fans on their feet. 2:18 left to play. 2:18 in the 4th. Center Grove in front by 3 from the gun. George looks right. He's under duress. He is sacked by Dylan Dallas. Dylan Dallas, his 9th sack of the season. 4th and 11. Last time out called by Warren Central. They're out of timeouts. 4th and 11. 2:02 to play in the ball game. Both teams out of timeouts. Trojans win tonight. A win by Ben Davis at Carmel. A 3-way tie for the conference championship. Center Grove has won the conference 3 times. The last time coming back in 2008. Won it in 2007 and also back in 2000.
Well, if you're Center Grove, obviously you have to know the situation. I mean, it's 4th down. It's 11 yards to go. So, obviously their defensive line is going to put as much pressure as possible. I mean, Hayden and Dylan and those guys, Dallas, they need to get in there as quickly as possible because you don't want to allow their receivers to get downfield the 10 or 11 yards that they need. But if they do, I mean, you have to keep them in front of them. Even if they do pick up a first down, at least, get them down to the ground. Don't let them get behind you. But again, they have to get 11 yards here to pick up that first down or this game's over.
3 receivers to the right, 1 to the left. 1 running back from shotgun formation. George looking right, comes back to the middle, throws it up for grabs. Ackerman knocked it down, and Center Grove holds.
Well,
Turnover on down.
That should do it. There's 2 minutes left.
No timeouts.
No timeouts for either team. I mean, it ought to be the victory formation, and this game's over. Obviously, it's up to Luke Calvert to run it all the way down and snap it just as you're, getting the ball from, or just as the time is running out. Snap the ball and use up as much time as possible each and every time.
Center Grove has not defeated Ben Davis, I should say Warren Central, since 2008. They'll run with Hudson here to the near side, and he is tripped up. He has 2 hands on the ball. He gets it to the 35-yard line. May just run the one play, Ted, and possibly from here on out they can take a knee, run it all the way down. Ted, it's ironic. The Trojans, every 4 years at home, they defeat the Warren Central Warriors. They beat them in 2000 here, 2004, 2008, and now 2012. If they can hold on to the football for the next 90 seconds in the kneel downs.
There you go. He's watching the clock. That's the most important thing. He just needs to snap it, kneel down.
And they run it again with Stapleton.
I'm amazed that they're.
And they tripped him up at the 35. And now from here on out, one would think they can just start taking a knee.
I don't know.
Not yet.
I don't know if they're going to be able to run it all the way down. I mean, you got 20 seconds here. That's going to take it down to, 40. I don't know. They're going to get the ball probably with 8 seconds left, 8 or 10 seconds.
Do you punt the ball, you just run it. I guess you keep running even on 4th down. Down to 3, 2. Calvert hands it off, and he is upended. That's Connor Stapleton. Good submarine tackle by number 19. I think that was J.T. Tyler. No, excuse me, 18, Williams.
Okay, so they're going to get it with about 12 seconds. It's 4th down.
The differential about 12 seconds.
I mean, the perfect thing right here is if you put the quarterback back in the shotgun and quick kick it, But I don't know if you can get him to do that. I mean, they're probably just going to go ahead and run it.
15 on the game clock. Calvert. Ooh, some movement. Let's see what this is all about. One of the Warren players just took a shot at the Center Grove offensive lineman, but I felt like Center Grove maybe moved on the right side of the line first.
Yeah, it looked like Center Grove moved, and then Warren, as you said, kind of gave him he popped him right there, kind of a little bit of a cheap shot.
Good job by Calvert, the junior leader, quarterback, getting in that referee huddle, trying to plead the Center Grove case. It's going against Warren Central. They're going to say Warren jumped, so on 4th and 6, it'll be now 4th and 1. 12 seconds on the game clock.
Well,
the question is, do they wind it or not? After a penalty against the defense, I don't think they wind it. I think it's going to be on the snap, which I don't believe is correct, but I just don't like that.
Well, I mean, if it.
But I don't think it's going to wind. I think Center Grove's going to have to run one more play.
Yeah, I mean, Eric would obviously know, and he knows that it's probably not going to wind here. If it was going to wind, there's no need to run another play.
Center Grove needs a long yard to get the first down, to keep the ball from getting in Warren's hands one last time offensively. 12 seconds on the clock. The game's over. They're winding the clock.
Don't run it. Don't run it.
The game's over. They're winding the clock. The referees are winding the clock. They're winding the clock. We didn't have to take a snap. The game's over. Yeah, they made a mistake. The officials made a mistake. The official here on the near side told Coach Moore and the Center Grove players to get back on the sideline.
That
clock should not have started.
Yeah.
As much as I'd like to see it started, they should not have started. It starts on the snap of the football. Again, I don't understand that call. The defense makes the penalty. They stop the clock, but yet they don't wind it. In my opinion, that gives the advantage to the defense in that situation.
Well, in other situations, like in the NFL, when things similar to like that happen, there's a 10-second runoff.
Exactly.
On
they
the
don't
clock.
have that in high school football.
So, that way they'd be all the way down to 2 seconds. I mean, there's only 12 seconds left on the clock right now anyway.
Center Grove needs, like I said, a long yard and a half, almost 2 yards, to pick up the first down. There's 12 seconds. Should be 12 seconds on the clock.
But now there's 1 second left on the clock.
I don't get it now. They put 1 second on there and the game's over. I don't quite get it, but final result, Center Grove 8-5 over Warren Central. They put 1 second back on the clock. I thought there should have been 12, but they did wind it down to 1. And 8-5, the final score. The Center Grove Trojans pull off a great win here at Ray Skillman Stadium. We'll take a break and be back with our postgame show. This is Center Grove Trojan football.
Whether you are looking for a low-maintenance community in a luxurious wooded setting such as Sycamore Ridge, the breathtaking views and rolling landscapes of Kensington Grove, the gently rolling hills and convenience of Calvert Farms, the intimate luxury setting of Claiborne, site of the 2006 Homerama, or the private gated communities of Persimmon Woods or Whitetail Woods, Duke Homes has a community to fit your needs. For information about all that Duke Homes and Duke Communities have to offer, visit DukeHomes.com.
The Center Grove Trojans do it once again here at Ray Skillman Stadium, beating the Warren Central Warriors 8-5. Center Grove trailed 5-0 going late into the fourth quarter. On 4th and 6, the Trojans score on a touchdown pass, going up by 1, and then going on the 2-point conversion with a pass to Nate Wozniak, winning 8-5 the final. What a heck of a ball game here at Ray Skillman Stadium. Kevin Conrad, Ted Kitchell with you one last time here at Center Grove High School tonight. And Ted, what a whale of a ball game. Very, very physical as we expected. The Trojans struggled all night long to pick up first downs. They only had 9 for the ball game, but when it counted right down the stretch, they execute. Luke Calvert making a beautiful pass to Lane Morris for the touchdown.
Yeah, it sure was. It was a great high school football game. Warren Central really kind of dominated as far as plays run. I mean, Warren Central ran about 70 plays to Center Grove's probably 35. But when it came time to make a play, Luke Calvert made an outstanding play. The seniors really did an outstanding job of stepping up, making plays that they needed to make. The offensive line gave him time to throw the football, and they got it in the end zone, got the 2-point conversion, and are able to hold their heads up high. I mean, this has been an outstanding season. I don't know that Eric thought this was one of his better teams here, but to go through this schedule and this conference and to be, what are they, 8-1? 8-1?
Yes, 8-1, 6-1 in the conference.
Yeah, I mean, that's just that's outstanding. I mean, you play in the hardest conference in the state, the most difficult conference. You only lose one game. The only game you lose is to Carmel, the #1 team in the state. So it's just been an outstanding season. He's got great leadership from his coaches, his players, his seniors, and those are the type of things that make Center Grove football what it is.
Ted, talking about total plays, Warren Central 78, Center Grove 47. Total offense, Warren Central 298 yards. Center Grove only 104 yards of total offense. Center Grove with 57 yards on the ground, 47 through the air.
Yeah, I mean, they as I said, I mean, if you watch the game, they kind of dominated the game. They moved the ball up and down the field, but, boy, you got it to the 20, and Center Grove's defense really stepped up, made some big plays, and Warren Central, it looked like they were going to step up and maybe do the same thing there at the end, and just couldn't quite get it done on that. Remember, that was 4th down. It was 4th down from the 6-yard line, and Calvert's able to get a touchdown. So if he doesn't get it in right there, Center Grove probably doesn't win the football game. But, again, the seniors did an outstanding job. This is not just something that you get ready to do in 3 months. I mean, this has been something that they've been working for the last 4 or 5 years, and every summer they work out hard, and they prepare themselves and get ready to play this football, and they've just done an outstanding job along with Coach Moore and his staff, and they presented put a great product on the field each and every night.
Up at Carmel, Ben Davis leading Carmel 13-7 in that ball game just in the last few seconds. So we'll try to hang on here on the post-game show to get you the final. Again, if Ben Davis wins that game, they hang on to win. Center Grove, Ben Davis, and Carmel will share the MIC title. And Ben Davis, it's a final. Ben Davis beat Carmel 13-7. So the Center Grove Trojans share the conference title. This is the 4th time the Center Grove Trojans have shared or at least won the conference championship. So they'll share it with Ben Davis and Carmel. How about that, Ted Kitchell?
Yeah, it's. I mean, it's fantastic. I mean, as they're going to announce it here, and it says they're MIC champs. Obviously, they tie the MIC championship, but anytime you can get anywhere close to the top of that conference, you've done something special with Warren Central, Ben Davis, and Carmel in that conference. So, and most importantly, you get a real positive feeling going into the state playoffs. I mean, you get a real positive feeling about yourself and about your teammates, and that we can do this when it really matters. We played against Warren Central, against the best defense we're going to play against all year, and when it mattered most, we got it done. And so you got to have a good feeling. I mean, the only negative is the injury. Hopefully that injury is something that he can – hopefully it's an ankle or something that he can heal, and hopefully it's not a knee. I mean, none of us really have any idea what it is, but we've got enough running backs down right now. We don't need any more.
Ted, our player of the game tonight, boy, the defense played extremely well, but I was thinking, how about Luke Calvert? That was just a splendid touchdown pass.
I think that's a great pick. I mean, because he, like I said, he almost tucked it like he was going to throw it or run it into the end zone, and that 1 second, the defender all of a sudden kind of gave up on the guy he was covering, and that opened up, the receiver. He was able to throw it to him, catch the football for a touchdown, and I thought he, made some great decisions, obviously, late in the game to get Center Grove the 8 points that they needed to win this football game.
Ted, next Friday night back here at Center Grove High School, the Trojans hosting the Martinsville Artesians. It's been years since they played the Artesians, but it does start the sectional tournament, part of the state tournament. It'll be a big game.
Well, it'll be a big game. I mean, it's a little bit of a rivalry in that the community is very close to one another. The other thing you can count on, Martinsville will have tough kids. They always have had tough kids. I don't care if you're playing them in basketball, football, baseball, whatever you play them in, they compete hard, they play hard. It's a tough community made up of tough people, and they will come up here and they will give it everything they got. Center Grove is a better football team. Center Grove is going to win that game on paper most of the time. But if you're Eric Moore, obviously you worry about, is this a team that is ready, to after such a big win, can they prepare themselves? So I'm sure that he's already started on that. He'll let them enjoy this one for a little bit, but he'll start working on them, knowing how important it is to mentally get them ready to play Martinsville, who will be a very, very good opponent.
Ted, enjoy the weekend. Enjoy the baseball playoffs.
I sure will. Thanks so much.
Tonight's game was produced by Center Grove Gridiron Productions, New 5 Creative, and CenterGroveSportsNetwork.com. The executive director is Aaron Holt. Executive producer, Matt Murray. Game spotter, Rick Embry. And statistician, John Moore. Special thanks to Center Grove Athletic Director John Twitt and head football coach Eric Moore for their help with tonight's broadcast. Once again, Center Grove beating Warren Central tonight 8-5. The Trojans, McChamps here in 2012, the fourth time in school history. Center Grove concludes regular season play 8-1 overall, 6-1 in conference play. Warren Central falls to 4-5 overall and 3-4 in the conference. The Trojans host the Martinsville Artesians Friday night at 7 o'clock in the opening round of sectionals. Until then, this is Kevin Conrad for Ted Kitchell saying good night, everyone, from Ray Skillman Stadium at Center Grove High School.